Hey,
How's
hey,
it
just
going?
pretty good. Just got the stream going.
That's good. By the way, it's sorry that I asked it like if I can like call you on Skype. It's just when I watched our old live stream, like I couldn't hear myself clearly.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to be perfect now. Let's see. I'm gonna be able to put it down here. Actually, let's see. Be able to hear it right. Squeeze it in. There we go. I'll put this behind here. There we go. Shrek is in the chat. It's not his swamp.
By the way, sorry that I couldn't get Jurassic World 2018 on here. He just hasn't been um messaging like people a lot, like me and you.
Yeah, and that's fine. I think he's going. He's going. He's in college now. I know that. He graduated a few months
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. But he does is still active on Instagram, like
Yeah.
making like stuff for Dark Continent.
Yeah, and I love that. I honestly love the story so far. I gotta read the rest though. I just like the
Yeah, I
concept.
yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, by the way.
No, that's fine. See, we got. Are you excited from J Dog One Party Re? Are you excited for when the trailer comes for the third Jurassic World movie? Well, of course. We won't see that till at least 2020 though.
That's the one trailer that I would be like isolated in my room and watching that trailer.
And we know it'll probably be out
Like that.
within November to December of 2020. So next year.
Yeah. Do you want? We forgot to like start the intro track, like like saying hi and stuff.
Well, yeah. Welcome to Jurassic Room. Forgot to say that. It's been a while. And we have Tyler Olsen on right now. He's a
What's up?
fanboy of everything, and specifically Ready Player One. But he's in the chat with me. We're going to discuss anything from Godzilla to the MonsterVerse to Jurassic, DC,
Marvel,
Marvel,
DC.
and everything such as and Star Wars. Speaking of
Yeah.
Star Wars, I mean they've now confirmed what is it, the Game of Thrones guys are now working on Knights of the Old Republic.
Rumor, reportedly, like
Yeah,
hopefully,
hopefully it happens.
it's reported to be. But it does have reliable source. But the sources of it are some of them are reliable because like I have heard like some of the like YouTubers say that some of these guys, some of the sources are reliable that are reporting this.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
I think the main characters they need to focus on would be mainly focus on a bad guy for once. So do either Darth Bane or Darth Revan. I think Revan would work
or
best for the series though.
yeah, I love Darth Revan. Or focus on one big bad that's really my favorite, Darth Malekith,
Oh yeah,
because he's like for me, because like Doctor Doom, he's the answer to to Darth Vader, and I do know Malekith came way after Thanos, but Malekith is kind of like Thanos.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, um so we haven't done like a live stream in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while since Jurassic World Secrets of Isla Nublar came out, the Lego movie.
Mm-hmm.
Which, speaking of that now, apparently we're going to be getting a Netflix series called Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous, rumored to be coming out soon.
Yeah, but the one thing that we should all be like knowing about, like, there's this guy named John Campion that I watch. He was on Collider and ANC Movie Talk, and he told people that like it might be true, it might be not, because like when he says like because like the picture that showed Tyler's related Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom and stuff like that, and shows Camp Cretaceous.
Yeah.
It like he said that it's kind of like Google, like of how many people that search it. So this is like a 50-50 scenario. We don't know if this is true or this is not.
Yeah. I think it's weird that it pop up along the lines of specifically those two movies, which have a similar kind of tone. So it's hard. And Camp Cretaceous doesn't sound like it'd be a, you know what I mean, an adult themed show. It sounds something more along the
Yeah,
lines of one of those pre 2000 animal shows where like kids that go out or something like that and have adventures with animals. Magic School Bus kind of. Oh, hold on a second. Here I'm saying I don't know. Yellow. Talk for watching on the back. Hey, Granted. I was just doing this thing on YouTube real quick. Alrighty. Bye. I have to call Tyler back.
hey Taylor.
Hey, my bad. My grandfather called. He was just making sure everything was going good.
Okay.
But Camp Cretaceous sounds more along the lines of something like the Magic School Bus or what. Something that's more direct towards kids. I'm not sure if I'll be. It's either going to be animated, which was more likely because it'll be cheaper and whatnot, or it's going to be a
Yeah,
mixture of live action and CGI.
yeah. For me, I'm fine with it, but for me, like the stuff that we have been getting of like Jurassic Park content the last couple years has been more for kids, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I just would like to see more
Yeah,
like adult
at
like
least in the animated department, or anything
yeah,
other than the films.
yeah. But at least we're getting like a live action short film of Jurassic World and stuff.
Is it live action or is it toys? Because
It's live action.
I was wondering because they're gonna be showing off the toys apparently in there. So I don't know if they're showing if it's like a toy short like what Mattel did with the little music videos, or if they're doing like a live action battle between I guess the Nasutoceratops and Allosaurus. I think is what they're supposed to be showing
Yeah.
off, and then showing off the toys.
You know what I would like to see. You know what that short I would like to see. If it was toys like live action. You know what
Huh?
kind of style I would love them to go with.
Huh?
I would love them to go with like Indian in the cupboard style. You know when the part at the scene where he puts the toys in the cupboard and they come to life,
Yeah.
and like in here like they're like alive. They're like um kind of like in Spy Kids Island of Lost Dreams, like
Yeah.
of like miniature animals, all that like that sort of thing.
Yeah. I remember that scene that he had little Darth Vader, little dinosaur in the Indian, of course.
Mm-hmm. Also, there's also one scene that we're told that we should also address.
Huh?
Um, like everybody knows about this, but like, and I know this is old news, but we have to like talk about this. This is like a big scene for us as Marvel fans and for the entertainment industry. Disney
Hulk
now
versus
has recent.
Thanos. Hulk versus
Sorry,
Thanos again.
I was ask. I said everybody, and I know you. I know like this is old news, but still, we still have to talk about this.
Yeah.
The past couple days ago, Disney now has 21st
Oh,
Century
that's right.
Fox.
Yeah. X-Men and Fantastic. Well, technically, Fantastic Four are owned by another company, but essentially, Disney will be the distributor.
Yeah, and the good and also what's what's also interesting is they said that the good thing is that like Disney said that they're keeping Deadpool rated R,
Keep
and
Deadpool rated R. Keep Deadpool the way it is, and because we just got a comment here from X Star. Yeah, because what's your opinion on the Fox deal? Keep X Men and Alien the way they are. I like the X Men way. Okay, so for one, Alien needs some help. They need to take Ridley Scott out of there. Let Neil Blomkamp do his thing. Uh, let Ridley get away from Prometheus, and because Mr. Hybrid Network just did a video too about it, of like all the stuff that's supposed to make it so godlike and so make the creatures more beautiful than terrifying. And no, Fox just threw it all out because they keep the whole alien thing and throw away all the ideas. Like he even said how because the deacon was his idea, the guy that was talking about this from the forum or whatnot. I forget his name, but he said that the deacon was supposed to be like large and white and look like a cross between the engineer and a xenomorph of white, but instead it ended up coming out like a xenomorph with a sphincter mouth. That's pretty sad. But let's see. Alien needs some help. Predator needs a little bit of help because oh man, I like the Predator. I like the story and everything, but what they did to the lore, what Shane Black did to the
mm-hmm.
lore with everything just sucked. And the whole thing that kind of killed me in the end, as much as I thought the Predator suit was cool, I mean, it was a cool design, but why, if the Predator was so uh, outmatched between the Super Predator, why weren't they building these suits for themselves to combat the Super Predators?
exactly.
Like, why are you going to give it to your prey in the end?
They're supposed to be more. They're supposed to be intelligent creatures. Like they're like warriors for like like they're like that's who they are. They're warriors and they're like and they're so skillful. They're more powerful than the xenomorphs.
Yeah, and let's see. Man, there's so many stories as well. Like specifically, like with Ahab, the Ahab predator. That predator is taking on xenomorphs, pretty much every prey imaginable to the predator species, and was the first to kill an engineer in hand-to-hand
Yeah,
combat. So many
and
good
what I
stories
find
to do. Like Bad Blood. And that was another thing I thought about with the Predator. They should have left out everything about global warming, leave out the retarded Predator dog, and all that stuff. They should have been. It should have been a grounded story where we had the what we call the MCU. I just call him the MCU Predator because of the suit. And then
yeah,
he's fighting against the Super Predator, and the Super Predator has like the menagerie as they called it with like the different hybrids, and have him be a bad blood, and that could have been the whole story.
mm-hmm.
But in the end, have the Super Predator win for once.
Also they also I oh man I told oh wait never mind also I love before the Predator came out, like the movie, like we gotten so more interested in the Predators because we all thought that the Predators were just like mindless like warrior killing machines. But when you watch Alien versus Predator, even though it's not a, like a really good movie, it does have some interesting stuff, and we get more about the Predator. Like
Yeah.
like Scar, we thought he was going to kill the lady, but turns out no. And it's just and also interesting stuff to the lore about the Predators because
Well, most of that lore
like
came from the comics, and that was all based on. Like the comics were one of the big things that came after the movies that solidified what the Predators did and what the aliens did. That the Predators were they were hunters, but they had this code. And of course, we saw that code
mhm,
enacted in Predator 2 when he didn't kill the police officer woman. I forgot her name. He didn't kill her because it would have been unethical because she was pregnant.
yeah. And speaking of the police officer in Predator 2, after when he killed the Predator, and he's like, "What's next?" Like, they don't want to kill him because, like, they know that that is like just a selfish act because like he showed that he's a true warrior,
Yeah,
and he gave them like that old like old
the
this
old pistol.
17th century pistol, and when you find out the story of how he got that, you're like, wow, that's not only emotional, but that shows you like more about the predators that that they
Yeah, he got
think
off a
they have
pirate.
like they think that killing their enemies is for fun, but it turns out no, it's a code of honor.
Then X Men, and I get it. A lot of people are attached to the X Men. For me, I'm not very attached to the X Men, except for just enjoying the movies. X1, X2, X3 was bad. X Men First Class was good, really good actually. Uh, X Men Origins Wolverine is a bad movie, but I still love it because it was my first X Men movie. And
Yeah,
of course, I had my favorite X Men character, which was Gambit. Uh,
yeah. Days of
what was
Future Past was good.
Days of Future Past was okay. Uh, Deadpool was great. Deadpool 2 was great. Logan was amazing. The Wolverine was really good too. I think it's pretty underrated. It goes with the Silver Samurai and of course, his adventures in Japan. X Men Apocalypse was trash, just utter trash.
Yeah, but
And
at least we got like some good performances by James McAvoy and Michael
that's
Fassbender,
the
and
only. Those are the only good things, rather than a few of the actors that the actors aren't bad in the new movies. They're just horrible stories. And of course,
yeah,
now we're getting Dark Phoenix. New Mutants is probably never going to happen.
yeah,
It's so far behind. There's so many problems. The kids are growing up now, which is pretty amazing now. And then one of them is banned from the country for whatever he was on drugs or something like that. So there's so much work that has to be done on that movie. It's gonna cost them so much money to finish it. And Dark Phoenix, of
yeah,
course, is gonna come out in the theaters, and it's I just sincerely do not think it's gonna be a good movie at all. When they announced
yeah,
they were doing Dark Phoenix, I thought it was a joke. I could not honestly believe they were gonna do Dark Phoenix again.
yeah. But um, but then at least Disney's coming in and giving us like a lot of good like adaptations of X Men in there because like Fox they have made some you got to admit like like Fox have made some good movies and made some bad movies
Yeah,
and at least they do a lot more work with like the characters that they had than Universal has with the
yeah,
Hulk because the Hulk because outside of like the Hulk and the Avengers and all that, Universal only made two Hulk movies and
yeah.
that's it.
And it's really disappointing too, as well, because we can't get the rest of the characters of Hulk's lore. Red Hulk, Gray Hulk. Actually, they almost did Gray Hulk, but Red Hulk is what I've been wanting to see for so long. Hopefully, now they got James Gunn back. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Hopefully, they'll finally give him later down the line his whole thing to do Thunderbolts. Like, not even a movie. Do like a series on Disney streaming or whatever. Bring in Punisher.
Yeah,
You can have Deadpool. You can have Elektra, Punisher, not Daredevil, Punisher, and then of course Red Hulk because he's the leader.
yeah,
Uh, Another thing with X Men as well is they. Another problem that the X Men movies have is that they focus this on the same formula for every movie.
mm-hmm.
And for what was it? Really in all the movies, almost all the movies, Magneto's the main villain. So it's
Yeah,
kind of drawing it out, and you've had the Brotherhood, you've had the Hellfire Club, you had Wolverine's individual villains, then you had Deadpool's individual villains, but Magneto has been like the staple bad guy for the longest time. And he always is off bad, off good to fight another threat. So in the new movies, they need to focus on lesser threats that the X Men have had. For one, I want to see Mojo.
yeah,
At some point. I just think that'd be amazing. But the first one needs to have, I think, the best villain to have for the first X Men film or whatever they do with the new team is Arcade. Have Arcade,
yes,
and then for the second movie, hit us with the Brotherhood. I always thought if they did the Brotherhood of Mutants, have it to be the Brotherhood of Mutants, but they like defeat them very easily, and then bring in Juggernaut, who's like
yes,
working behind the scenes and Magneto and whatnot. And they said in Juggernaut is the main villain who was the main baddie, but they also take out the Brotherhood of Mutants, which is just your regular Avalanche. No one ever gives Avalanche any respect since X Men Evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Avalanche, Toad, uh, uh, let's see, Blob, Quicksilver. Really only need those four, but let's see, you could probably add Boom Boom in there too, maybe. She was like an old member of the Brotherhood of Mutants. I think
What
you want to
about
say,
Mr. Sinister?
and then of course that's what I was about to say. For them, like have the three movie thing, and then tease Mister Sinister as like the bad guy for the third movie, which is the main bad guy that they need to face for now.
Yeah.
And then the future look towards specifically setting up Apocalypse, but Apocalypse needs to be set up over several different movies, I believe. And then, of course, maybe in the fourth one or whatnot, you give us Magneto.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And then in the oh, sorry, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead. And then, of course,
And
Sabretooth.
it,
Sorry, we gotta have our Sabretooth. Disney, please give
yes,
us our Sabretooth.
yeah. Also, is it the X Men? Um, like since like you can obviously tell in the Dark Phoenix trailer, they're going to go like into outer space.
Oh yes, yes they are.
When when they're introduced in the MCU, and when we have the X Men, if it like they're teasing us to go cosmic, the one entity that they should like show us in the cosmic is the Shi'ar.
Yes, the Shi'ar, of course. And then have that whole relationship between him and Lalandra.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone remember that from the animated series? Also, I also want to see Mesmero. I think he's another good X Men villain that's pretty underrated. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then, of course, we got to get our X Men versus Avengers one day. We really need that.
I
For
heard
me, though,
that's being planned.
yeah. Um, I want to see the movies, but I almost feel like I would rather have a live action X Men series rather than the movies because I think that X Men have more. When you think of the all the other things in Marvel other than Spider Man, the ones with the most character arcs are the X Men. I honestly
Mm-hmm.
believe rather than any other series they're working on, give us some of the live action movies, but I would rather see, especially the same actors, in an X Men series that we can see season after season, of course, facing the different stories like the Phoenix Saga, Age of Apocalypse, the Brotherhood of Mutants, what is it,
The
House of
Savage Land.
M, and then, of course, the Savage Land. Have the Savage Land of X Men, and then make a movie about it. Because you throw up a
Yeah.
trailer where Kazar basically you got Tarzan, man. And by the way, Disney, I mean Alexander Skarsgård, get him as Kazar. I mean he was Tarzan, the Legend of Tarzan. He's in Kong,
And he was
Godzilla
good.
vs Kong. Put him in Savage Land.
And he was good.
Yeah, he was really good. I can't wait to see him in Godzilla vs Kong.
Yeah. And and also what they should also do?
Huh?
Like what's interesting is I when they a couple month year ago when I heard that the Kevin Feige was um announcing that they're doing like Eternals movie that's been confirmed.
Yeah,
Like I did some research on the Eternals, and that's not only to like help them to introduce like and tease the X Men for the future,
yeah,
but what's interesting about the Eternals is they, they're they're always like searching home after home and insane, and one of the places that they stayed on Earth was the Savage Land. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting for them to like hopefully if they it shows us like a couple like shows them mentioning the Savage Land. Don't show us the Savage Land yet, but give us like a hint or a mention and teases us for the future. Because like I think for me like seeing the Savage Land would be like awesome, but I would like rather for us like to wait and get us like excited and hoping to see in the future.
yeah. Let me read some of these comments real quick. Let's see. We've got so many. I forgot there, guys. Have you had any encounters with prehistoric animals? Me? I have not had any encounters with prehistoric animals. Um, Louis, JP fan. I want to bring Louis on. Louis, if you're watching, I need to bring you on sometime because thank you for sending me those pictures of the Dinosuchus reference on the Indominus skeleton in the lab because we know that the Indominus Rex had Dinosuchus DNA apparently, and they managed to
Really?
do it. Yes, and they managed to do it way better than Lake Placid Legacy. Don't get me started on that movie. That movie is terrible, but yeah, and there's also a picture of a crocodilian on Isla Nublar, a deleted scene, which would have showed Chris Pratt walking through that riverbed towards where Blue is, and there's a
Mm-hmm.
skeleton of a crocodile there, so we know that's a Dinosuchus. So, oh my gosh, I wish we could get that scene in Jurassic World 3.
You know, be awesome.
Huh.
Seeing a fight between the Dinosuchus and the Spinosaurus.
Oh yeah. Now that would be amazing, and we're gonna get Spinosaurus by all. Colin Trevorrow has been trying to put Spinosaurus in Jurassic World and in Fallen Kingdom. We're gonna get Spinosaurus in the third movie. I can almost guarantee it.
Yeah. Also, if we don't like, if we do get or don't get like the Spinosaurus versus Dinosuchus, maybe we'll get like Crocodilian versus Crocodilian, Sarcosuchus versus Dinosuchus.
Yeah, I doubt they'll throw in another crocodilian, but it would be cool. I at least want to see Dinosuchus, and I think it was more of a reference more than anything because Dinosuchus has never been referenced anywhere except being an antagonist in the arcade version of The Lost World,
Yeah.
where you're on a dock and it's
And
attacking you from below.
yeah. And I hope we get like more, and I hope we get like more comics of like of Jurassic World, just like back in 2011 when we got like comics of Jurassic Park. Because like for me, I would
Yeah,
love to see more like
expanded
comics of
material.
that. Sorry, go ahead.
Expanded material.
Yeah, expanded material. So like before, during, and after Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, and showing us like like dinosaurs on the mainland, showing dinosaurs on the island, and showing us like also other creatures that were not in the movies but are in the comics, and and making those comics canon.
Yeah. The and then with the IDW comics, and they were supposed to make Jurassic World comics. I don't know what stopped them, but I mean, it was Devils in the Desert. Devils in the Desert was the last one to come out, but it was pretty good because it only focused on the Pteranodons. It was a good story, and it actually did not end on a
I,
happy note. So it was still a good story though, and mature. Then you
yeah,
had Dangerous Games. Dangerous Games as is really only good for looking at Doctor Double D, as Clayton Fioriti would put it. That's really the only good thing about that comic. And then uh, Jurassic Park. It wasn't Retribution. It was I forget the first series that featured basically dinosaurs in the desert or whatnot. That was a good story, but terrible artwork.
mm-hmm. Also, I was also disappointed with them introducing the Dimetrodon, because like
Yeah,
it on the cover it shows us of like the Dimetrodon sitting on the car, but then when you read the comic, he's just in the side. This Dimetrodon is just in the sidelines and just in the cage and all that, and there's not much of that, and that was just like a worse
yeah.
marketing for that.
Yeah, let me read this real quick. But yeah, Louis just got the Dino Rival Dimetron, and excuse me, I actually did see that in the store, but it's like $10 now. I'm gonna wait for a while. I got like so many backed up toy hunts and all that I was gonna post. Tomorrow I'm getting some new fish that I was gonna show in the video, so that's why I was waiting. But if I got a video to do tomorrow, Disney shattered his heart. X Star says, "Well, X Star, I can tell you right now, if you like the X Men from Fox, if you got Kevin Feige now, he will make the best X Men teams you can imagine. They will be represented as they should be. Storm will be with Black Panther. I can almost tell you, she'll be like she'll be the easiest character to introduce. She can be the ambassador from Wakanda to like the mutants in the X Mansion. They can set that up so easily. Wolverine will be able to lift probably 1,000 pounds like he can in the comics. They'll probably be shorter. We
And
don't know yet. Just everything
and the
will be
best
better
and
under Disney.
the best thing is, like, since Fox, since they made like X-Men movies, they didn't make like as many X-Men movies like Disney had with Marvel. Like Kevin Feige, he is going to give us more X Men and Fantastic Four content and do so good with it. Give us old and things to that deal. It gave us so many stories that Marvel made of the X Men and with the Avengers and Fantastic Four and all of that. So and the best thing is, the good thing is like since like Namor is like they made him into like Marvel's first mutant, and that gives like that means like some of the rights or something like that Fox had the name at Namor, and when they put that together with like Disney, it gives us a more likely chance, and we'll obviously see Namor in the future.
I thought it was Universal that owned Namor, though.
They do own Namor, but I think Fox has some like
Oh
like
yeah, because of
some
the
rights
whole
to
thing
it
with
because he did have in some X Men comics
yeah,
and stuff.
and then of course his thing with the Fantastic Four too.
Yeah,
Because the main he mainly encounters the X Men or the Fantastic Four in anything that he's shown in, and then occasionally because he was actually in the first ever no it was number 4 of Avengers back in the day when they first started running, when of course Captain America
yeah.
joined the team and all that, and Namor was in there.
Well, Namor he came out in 1938, and
Well, yeah, he was the first Marvel
he came
character.
out before Aquaman.
Yeah. Let's see. Or I would be something like Walking with Dinosaurs. Let me see this. See, or would be something like Walking with Dinosaurs. It could be something like Walking with Dinosaurs. Cretaceous Camp, though, sounds like it's going to involve kids, though. So, I really think it's going to end up something. I don't know why I get the feeling, but something like Dino Sapien. Does anyone remember that show from Discovery Kids? It
I
was a
remember that.
it was a good show.
It
Anyone miss
was.
Discovery Kids? Is that even still going on DirecTV? Here, one second. I'll be
I don't
back. I
think
gotta
so.
answer the phone.
Hey Taylor. 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 Yeah, I agree with you, Lewis. I would like to see more like dinos from the novels and stuff like that. Same, my favorite one. Well, it's one of my favorite Jurassic Park movies. Is Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I don't know if the Pachy. I hope the Pachyrhinosaurus was transported on to the Arcadian, I believe. But hopefully it will. Hopefully it will appear in Dress Roll Free. Hey Adam, what's up? I know. I'm so happy they're rebooting the Transformers movie again because Michael Bay, just needs to be doing just military movies and not be involved in Transformers. Give us Transformers of all the lore of from the comics, expanded material, everything, and just give us Transformers like we loved it back in the '80s, and give us a good adaptation of Beast Wars. I don't know XR. I don't know if X23 or X Force was actually going to be in it was actually in development, but since the Disney and Fox merger came, they put it on hold. So Kevin Feige, he has all those plans and all that. So maybe that will change. Hopefully, we'll have X Force in the NCU. It's a likely chance, and we don't know how they're going to introduce Deadpool that will join the Avengers. But we do know is that obviously that Deadpool, X Force, X Men, and Fantastic Four, and all the X Men Marvel characters are going to be in the NCU. Same. For me, I love the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom more than the Jurassic World because I like it that it was getting darker and more close to the material of the novels and stuff. Even the scene of the Indoraptor bending off Gunner's
Oh,
arm and just showed snap. That
hey
was
man, I'm
awesome.
sorry. I thought I said I had to answer the phone real quick. Sorry, my bad.
No problem.
I had to go answer the phone real quick about 2 or 3 minutes ago. That's my bad.
Yeah, no problem. Um, oh man. By the way, sorry that I was uh like talk I was just answering the questions that people had
Oh, okay.
on the chat.
Yeah, it should they should be able to hear you perfectly fine. I gotta go down to the chat actually, because the speaker's facing backwards, and so is the phone. Because guys,
Yeah,
I'm cheap and I'm broke, and I got nothing to record stuff on. Hopefully one day. I've got cats all around
yeah.
me. All right, let's go ahead and read the rest of these real quick. But yeah, something like Walking with Dinosaurs would be really cool if they did something wrong. Actually, nothing with Jurassic Park. I want to see BBC do something worthwhile for once. Quit it with Doctor Who.
Exactly.
Give us another Walking with Dinosaurs series with up to date science, or give us another Primeval season, or do like a crossover event with Primeval and Primeval New World.
And give us a next season or revive the series of Prehistoric Park. I love that
I
series.
don't think they'll ever do that again because that was also with Animal Planet, but that would be cool. I wish we could do it. Has anyone ever heard of what happened to Nigel Marvin since then? I mean, I haven't seen him in anything. He was like big in
Yeah,
the 2000s, like along with Jeff Corwin and Steve Irwin and whatnot. And then he like dropped off the face of the planet.
yeah. Yeah, he's been very silent. Also, I'm glad that you mentioned Walking Dinosaurs because I was about to say, just like Kevin Feige, he hires great directors like Ryan Coogler and the Russo brothers to do Black Panther and Avengers: Infinity War. I would like Colin Trevorrow and Steven Spielberg to bring in Tom Hanks and the creators and the guys that are responsible for the Walking With series and all of the great dinosaur and
Yeah,
prehistoric creature shows, including prime people and stuff.
that's true.
Because like because like they said in interviews they love Jurassic Park, and can you just imagine them like doing like Jurassic Park movies or TV shows? Like that would just be perfect for them because you know that they're fans and they do
Yeah.
their research and they know, and it's perfect for them because they're not betraying. They would not betray the dinosaurs as like monsters. They're like animals.
Yeah. Season 2 of Terra Nova, dang it.
Oh
Cut it
my gosh,
off
I love that show.
right when we were finding out all this stuff about the time, whatever. Like how it left off where how did a Viking ship get in back in time or whatnot?
Yeah, like I that was an interesting concept. I love that they put like a nuclear bomb in the future, and
Yeah,
to that it sort of like alters like history of time into the dinosaur period.
yeah. And dadgummit, I watched a kill count of Terra Nova, and dadgummit, screw that guy for shooting that Brachiosaurus in the head.
Exactly. Like I was like that son of a bee.
Yeah. They had some cool designs too.
But
The slashers or the Aceraptors, as they called them, like a
yeah,
mixture of like Oviraptor, and they didn't have sickle claws, so I don't know why they were called raptors, but they're essentially large Oviraptorids with like the mouth of a raptor, and then of course the tail. You had the Komodo, which was like a giant Komodo dragon with a frill, like a frill dragon.
mm-hmm,
The I forgot what they called it, but the giant Spinosaur dinosaur, which was not Spinosaurus. You had
yeah,
apparently Allosaurus and Styracosaurus, which were in the background.
and
Brachiosaurus,
carnotaurs.
Carnotaurus, yeah. But a lot of the dinosaurs they made were completely made up
Mm-hmm,
or new designs.
yeah,
Let's see.
I also oh sorry to interrupt you by
Oh,
the
that's
way.
fine. Just going through the comments.
Oh, yeah. Also, I'm also speak. I'm glad that you mentioned that guy that shot the Brachiosaurus because guess what? Thanks to that, he guess what? He got his karma back
Yeah,
when
he got eaten by the
when they
juvie
brought the
Carno.
Carnotaurus and he ate them.
Yeah, I always love that scene, the little Carno. I remember seeing that scene when I first watched the series. Man, I just thought so much justice because I thought that what's his name, Jason O'Mara's character. By the way, Jason O'Mara is a great Batman in the new Batman or the Justice League cartoons that they make. Great
He
Batman.
was also in.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
he's in Young Justice too, isn't he?
Yeah, he was also in Agents of Shield.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
I gotta watch Agents of Shield now.
he
Uh,
played the Patriot.
he's Patriot,
Yeah,
huh? Disney owns The Simpsons. Yes, they do. I think Family Guy
and
as
Family
well.
Guy.
But I never watched either of the series, so I couldn't. If they because I know those are more adult themed cartoons. I think they'll probably either keep them and put them on ABC or whatnot, or no, because they own Fox, they'll still be putting them onto the Fox like FX and whatnot. But I hope they don't like because speaking of people who like the shows and whatnot, that they don't try to restrict the comedy of what are what I mean of the people that work on
Mhm.
those shows and try to make it PC and all that. The whole thing with what people are so mad about with like Pooh and then the things with the Family Guy and all that. And I hope they don't try to restrict the humor because humor is subjective. And because like Deadpool 2 couldn't make any Disney jokes. So I
Yeah,
don't want the same thing happening, like a ripple effect throughout all these things that people love, and they start trying to restrict how they are. But I wouldn't really know about all that because I never watched like all that. I
yeah,
like Kitty Pride, X-23, Gambit, and so on. I think they should keep doing them. The only one that had a good script was Gambit that actually kind of sounded cool was like the whole Godfather thing. Gambit could have maybe
hmm
worked, and it could still work because you still got Channing Tatum. I'm sure they'll probably come out with that because they own it now, the script and whatnot. They'll probably put it
What
into
about
whatever
X
they do with
Force?
X Men. Huh? Yeah, X Force is coming
What
up.
about X Force?
Kitty Pride was never going to be good. I'm telling you right now, you can't make a good story with Kitty Pryde by herself. You have to pair her up with like Wolverine. She has some good stories with Wolverine, and then so forth. But you can't really do anything with her by herself. At least I know she had some comics by herself, but I've never read them, so I probably shouldn't be talking about that now. Uh,
Yeah. Noah
X-23 can
Haley,
work.
the guy who does like the Legion, he wrote the script of Doctor Doom, and he's
Yeah,
been talking to Kevin Feige about that.
yeah, and hopefully, because Doctor Doom is one of the greatest literary character villains ever, because
Mhm.
he's the foundation of other great villains like Darth Vader and so forth. So
Yeah.
we really need some respect for uh Darth for sorry Doctor Doom before he is
Yeah.
introduced as a main villain for anything, and not what do they call him, Paper Bag Man or Electro version
Hmm.
one. Let's see here. The X Men, okay for me. Yeah, the X Men they're good movies, and some of them are good or enjoyable movies. Some were just terrible, like X3 and Apocalypse. Apocalypse being the worst. They were building
Yeah.
Transformers again, and I don't really know how to take that. I don't know if I want to believe the guy or whatnot. I think they're
Well,
honestly going to stick with the reboots and not continue the
it,
Bayverse, but
yeah.
who knows? I haven't seen Bumblebee yet. I want to see it really bad.
It's really good.
I hope
It's really really good.
I hope they do a whole thing with like the main storyline with Optimus, and then introduce Hot Rod and have Rodimus Prime and whatnot, like the cartoons and
And
all
go
of
more into
that.
the comics and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
And
because
Beast
I've
Wars.
been learning a little bit of the lore of Transformers lately and all that, specifically with like
And
the
Beast
death of
Wars.
Optimus. So I hope they continue on that route instead of going back to the Bayverse. Although, granted, I still can watch each of the Bay movies and enjoy them basically equally for what they are. For me, the storyline of Age of Extinction isn't bad, but I still love the action of that movie with Grimlock and the design of
Hmm.
Optimus and the sword, especially Peter Cullen. The Last Night was the most lacking movie for me, although I did enjoy Megatron. I think he was the best part of that movie. Frank
Hmm.
Welker back
I love the
as
Dark Knight. I mean the Dark of the Moon.
yeah, Dark of the Moon was a pretty good movie to me. I thought that was pretty good with Sentinel Prime. That actually shocked me when I watched it the first time when Sentinel betrayed them all and killed one of my favorites, Ironhide. But
Yeah, I also love that scene when they were fighting on the bridge, and then like Optimus like came down and tried to buff yell Optimus, and they had that awesome battle. I mean that awesome scene of just Optimus like having his sword out and just like shooting at the Decepticons, cutting one of the Decepticons' leg, and then like did a final blow to Shockwave and says you die, and then he blows like one of the pillars, and then Sentinel Prime is like no, and then boom
yeah,
like
I always loved that. My favorite scene of all that whole movie, Dark of the Moon, was when Megatron comes in and blasts Sentinel and says,
and
"Who
saved
would you
Optimus.
be without me?" And Optimus is just like, "Time to find out." Just
That's actually a pretty
chilling.
good impression.
I can do better. Like there's an old video of me trying to do Optimus Prime's impression. I just annoy everyone with that. I can do some impressions. I can't do the ones like I used to when I was a kid. I used to be able to do the T Rex roar, the Velociraptor scream, like perfect, and all that. And then of course I matured, and now I can't do any of the cool sounds I could do. Uh, it sucks, but I can still do a little bit of the T Rex and whatever not.
Yeah.
But let's
I
see. Yeah,
I also hoping Drew Goddard who did the Cabin in the Woods like he was supposed to do like X Force and as a script for it. So
yeah,
hopefully Kevin Feige will put in the X Force in the MCU because yeah we
yeah.
got that in Deadpool 2, but
Alpha
we
Flight
still
and
want to see
X
Olivia Dunn.
Force was a joke in that movie. I really, in case it's actually funny. I did the reaction to Deadpool 2, and I posted to the YouTube unedited because I was just watching the whole movie for fun. And I was astonished at what they did for X Force. I was there thinking,
Yeah.
oh, this is gonna be like a legitimate team featuring some of the lesser known characters. And I'm thinking, oh crap, they just took all these lesser known characters just for the fact to kill them off. Yeah, Brad Pitt as
But
Vanisher.
yeah,
Oh
but we
man,
all know that they like that when they introduced in the MCU, like Kevin Feige would not kill them off like
no.
he did in Deadpool 2.
That was just a big joke, a big dark joke. As well as also I got copyrighted the one like a week ago for that movie, and that's been out for like 2 months. And I fought
Yeah,
it like overnight, or I put a thing overnight and it was released the next morning. Oh, I can't remember what it was. I think it was no, I know what it was for. It was for the audio to the trailer of Once Upon a Deadpool. That's what got it claimed. Not any, even because I didn't have any of the movie on. It was just the audio, and my response was that, well, I was talking over it. I was talking about the movie and whatnot, so it's fair use, and it wasn't in full, so you got no leg to stand on, and they lifted it. YouTube for you.
That doesn't make any sense of why they why they took that video is you didn't do anything wrong. You were just like talking and stuff,
They
and
just blame
like
the
fair use.
algorithm. Yeah, that's what they always do. They just blame the algorithm.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully we'll get the X Force. Well, obviously we'll get the X Force in the NCU, just with different characters. But the
Yeah,
characters that we got in Deadpool 2 will obviously be in the NCU, but like differently.
yeah. X Force and Alpha Flight. Disney, give us Alpha Flight. Give us
Yes,
Wendigo. Give us Wendigo, and give us the Hulk versus Wolverine
Sasquatch.
fight. Sasquatch 2. Hulk versus Wolverine, though. Give us Hulk versus Wolverine.
And guess what? You know what? I was interested because like they said that like Eternals will have its first ever gay open superhero,
Yeah, I think it's
and
gonna be
in the
Hercules.
comics, North Star is LGBT. So
Yeah,
hope so like so it's so hopefully give it like hopefully that will like kind of like tease us for Alpha Flight. And also when I
yeah,
went to go see Captain Marvel, I even told them about Alpha Flight and be like, the only Marvel movie that they have ever done in Canada is like give us a mention in Iron Man 2, and they filmed the Incredible Hulk in Toronto, Canada. So please give us a superhero team or superhero star Canadian, because we need the NCU. Like if you have like superheroes in America, superheroes in Africa, and now superheroes in China, we need superheroes in Canada.
yeah, yeah. We need Captain Brazil as well. Give us Captain Brazil.
They're going to be giving us also Captain Britain.
Yeah, Captain Britain as well, but holy crap, Captain Brazil. That just be amazing. Just I was about to go a little dark there, but anyway, Captain Brazil. Give us Captain Brazil. That'd be amazing. Captain
Yep.
Britain. Who was the actor they wanted as Captain Britain? There was an actor they wanted for that. I think a Guy Ritchie was supposed to do it. Captain Britain. I can't remember the actor though they wanted for him though.
It'll be interesting if Ian McGregor played him.
Ewan McGregor. I think that was him. That would be amazing. Just Obi-Wan taunts everyone before he fights them.
Yeah, he's also playing Black Mask in Birds of Prey.
Man, that's be interesting to see him play a. Because I haven't seen so many of his movies, but I still like him as a
Yeah.
dark villain role. Because Black Mask is of course very violent as a villain.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people know about this, but he's also the nephew of Wedge.
Who?
Wedge, the pilot in Star Wars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's see. Did you hear that X-23 might be in X-Force and that how Deadpool will join the Avengers? We don't know if that's gonna happen. I doubt, because I honestly would think it would be amazing if they just had Deadpool show up and be like, "Hey guys, the deal's done. I finished Thanos for you just in time." That would be amazing if they
Yeah,
did
and
something like that, and everyone's just like, you just have Spider-Man go, "What the f?"
yeah.
That would be
Also,
amazing.
sorry to interrupt you,
No, that's
Taylor.
fine.
Also, I have a what's also interesting is like some people are worried that um not the Deadpool being rated R, because we all know that he's staying rated R, but like some people are worried that that he'll cause like we all know that he's the last Fox Marvel character that's not being recast. That Ryan Reynolds is still playing him, thank God.
Yeah,
But some people are worried that the movies that he's going to be getting are not being connected to the NCU. But what is good that they are, because because you look at the Sony and Disney deal. Look at because we all know that they don't want to have Deadpool making Deadpool under their banner, even though they're still involved, because Disney, because they don't want to like because um they all know that they're going to be interested in radar properties, but just not under the Disney banner, under
Yeah,
the Fox banner. Because like as you look at anyway, as you look at like the Disney and Sony deal, they making Spider-Man movies that's in the MCU but on a different banner, and that's why they have some jokes and stuff that Disney wouldn't put in. As you look at Fox, then like is when we get Deadpool, he's obviously going to be in the MCU and stuff because different banners and stuff. You get what I'm saying?
yeah. I honestly think though with Deadpool 3, I hope that Kevin Feige would be smart enough to have Deadpool 3 be basically, you know how the comic Deadpool kills the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
Have it be Deadpool kills the Fox universe and then just
Yes,
leaves for Marvel.
yes,
Like he takes everything the teleportation thing from Cable and just shoots him in the head, saying, "You're Thanos now," and just pieces out.
yeah. And and then like an end credit scene in Deadpool 3, and it shows like the Avengers, and it shows like the MCU characters like talking and all that, and the Avengers based in upstate New York, and and then it shows like this like time portal, and then like kind of like when Thanos comes out on Titan when he faces like Doctor Strange,
Yeah,
like and in that time portal, it's like Deadpool is like, guess what? You're stuck with me.
he just comes in with Mickey Mouse ears on.
Yes, yes.
Let's see.
And he,
Oh, sorry, you can keep going. I was just reading the comments.
yeah, and yeah. So we all know how they're going to introduce Deadpool to the Avengers, but we all know that he's going to obviously be in the MCU, and he's also going to be joining the Avengers. They're just going to, and Bob, and also just like the same thing with Black Widow. Like there was rumors that Black Widow was going to be rated R,
Yeah,
but turns out it wasn't, and that we're okay with that, and that makes sense because Bob Iger and Kevin Feige says that there are going to be they're doing like radar Marvel characters. They're just like going to market it properly and just show people that these are radar and like being wise to say like making sure that their marketing is making sure that the people understand and they understand and 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 also and also like they're gonna and also like they might and sorry that I'm stuttering.
that's fine.
Yeah, and we and like I said, like when they have him join the Avengers Deadpool, they're they're still gonna have do whatever he wants, but making sure that they do wise with it and make sure that they don't have Deadpool being too much because they don't want to go too far under their banner. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying, Taylor.
yeah. Let's see. Yeah, and Louis all for doing the live stream sometime. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. More dinos from the novels, he says also. Yeah, I really want to see Microceratus from like Microceratops is what they call them in the comics. And they're one of Colin Trevorrow's favorites. I just want to see a Microceratus fight a copy for just the comic value of it.
Yeah, and I would also like to see an Albertosaurus and not a Carnotaurus because we already got him, but I also want to see a Suchomimus.
Yeah, Supermines would be cool too. They had another. I forgot what it is. I always forget the name of the Tyrannosaur. Uh, Something Ophius, something like that. But it was another Tyrannosaur on the island, which was never documented apparently. So hopefully that the dinosaur or the DPG site will cover that eventually of how the Ankylosaur, I forget its name as well. Those two species were on the island and were never documented.
Yeah, and also in Jurassic World 3, I think we'll see more dinosaurs because they said that it'll be open source, so
Yeah,
we'll see a mix between dinosaurs we've seen and probably 95% more of dinosaurs that we haven't seen. Like something that the marketing for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom tricked us. Like said that you're gonna see more dinosaurs than you ever seen in Jurassic Park movies combined. And here we'll see I like my like it's too early to could put estimates, but my early estimate of how many species of dinosaurs, like that are not including the the dinosaurs that we got in the films, but these are the new ones. So my estimate is probably around 50.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
I want to get to Qualis though.
and
That'd be a cool reference to the early footage because if y'all might not know, Clayton just did a video about it. Reminded me of it. I remember back in the day seeing that leaked footage of that, the Quetzalcoatlus going after the
yes, the pitch
surfers.
trailer. Like yeah, I've never seen that, and I got and I was just so excited and so interested because I wanted to see dinosaurs off the mainland because
Yeah,
dinosaurs on the island is good and you can do some stuff in there, but there's not a lot of ground you can move on. But dinosaurs off the island, there's so much you can do, but only is you make sure that you're not being too far fetched or too cheesy with it because like you gotta make sure that you make it good and Jurassic Park fans accept it and stuff like that.
yeah. Um, Hey Taylor says Adam and A. Well, you gotta say hi to Tyler as well. I like Fallen Kingdom. My question is, why is Pachyrhinosaurus off screen? Well, to be honest, that's chalked up as to the fault of the Sinoceratops was going to be a Pachyrhinosaurus in the beginning, but they changed it. I think that they changed it mainly to score a little bit with the Chinese and the Asian audience because of course that's a big moneymaker. So by having a Chinese
Mm-hmm.
dinosaur in there, that was going to be selling a lot of tickets to people who care enough about it, but as well being a really different dinosaur. And they couldn't change everything that ended up being in there. So Pachyrhinosaurus, if they ever want to throw that in there and make it a truly canon dinosaur, they can always do that because they've been showing a little bit of Pachyrhinosaurus before, like the Jurassic World exhibition. They had an adult and a juvenile there. Because also on that thing, oh, what's going on here? Hold on, should have an ad there. Hold on.
And also what's interesting
Hopefully
said
everyone's still here.
that Mill said like because like after seeing that picture like that Pachyrhinosaurus was on the auction site,
Yeah,
even though we didn't see it, like maybe the Pachyrhinosaurus was on that ship because like if you watch the beginning of Fallen Kingdom, Mills said 11 species. I'm sure more we can, but time is not with us. So like they want to get. So they said they want to get more than 11 species. So maybe they got more than 11 species.
yeah. There's also another Brachiosaurus on the boat apparently as well. I was about to say. I'm gonna read through these real quick because I got an ad on my phone, so hopefully everyone's still watching. Comment if it's still going well for y'all. I like that Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is a lot darker. Yes, that is a good point. I like that, especially brings them bring us a little back to the Lost World. I really like to see Proceratosaurus and Sierradactylus. Sierradactylus would be cool, but Proceratosaurus, as far as we know, is completely extinct because all the genetic material was lost in Isla Nublar. They
Yeah,
canceled
and
Beast Wars movie because it was too much money, and they went and played it safe. We'll have to see. They might want to come back to Beast Wars because I only just found it was only like 2 weeks ago they started talking. Maybe a little before about Beast Wars, but we'll have to see if that continues. They'll do that, which I think they probably will. I want Tremors TV
because
series
it's
with Kevin Bacon. At least we're getting Tremors 7. We'll have to see because Tremors 6 was not that great. I think that the series would have been a lot better. But yeah, you're right. At least we're getting some material. What would you
yeah,
do if Jason, Freddy Krueger, or Michael Myers and Leprechaun were in your backyard? Probably kill myself before they could. Frank Welker is the best voice actor since he's Scooby Doo. He did the Gremlins, Tremors, Smurfs, Real Ghostbusters, Rambo cartoons, and so on. Yeah, Frank Welker is among the best, along with Peter Cullen and Kevin Conroy. I have some
yeah,
information if you want to know. On March 12th, 2019, the Walt Disney Company announced that it expects the acquisition of 20 cents. Well, yeah, it's already complete now. It's probably on the last legs of whatever, but yeah, it's done now. March
yeah.
12th. It's
And what I
March 23rd here. 12:03 a.m. Eastern Time on March 20th. This notice is being sent to inform all the investors that in connection with the consummation, yeah, temporarily suspended actively effectively March 20th, 2019. Huh. Let's see how that goes. What is your thoughts on Pachyrhinosaurus being in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom off screen, and you think it'll be in Jurassic World 3? Don't know if it'll be in Jurassic World 3, but I am excited that it's involved in some way. Bye, and remember Peter from Deadpool 2 will be the one to kill Thanos, X Star said.
Oh yeah.
Louis says the
But
trailer for Dora the Explorer came out, just so you know. We'll have
oh
to see
god,
that
I know
because
I saw
my sister actually said that earlier. They're coming out with the Dora the Explorer movie. I said
directed
Explorer.
by Michael Bay.
Michael Bay directed that?
Michael Bay is on is doing is behind the project of Dora the Explorer.
Oh my gosh, I gotta check that out now. You just got boots throwing dynamite everywhere. Oh,
Yeah, and Boots like having some like fun with Dora, not in a kid's way.
oh, jeez. It would be
Yeah,
awesome to see more non-dinosaurs like Dimetrodon or Postosuchus. Dimetrodon would be really cool. I don't understand why people say the dinos on the mainland was a stupid thing to do. Yeah, it's always been a good idea. There's also the fact that
well,
Dilophosaurus got sold. Oh, that's true. We
yeah,
could get Dilophosaurus.
and for me, like a lot of people say that this is like the last installment of the franchise. For me, I don't want this to be the last one or the final move because for me, it like there's just so much of the Jurassic Park franchise and Jurassic World franchise that there's just like an empty hole, and we just haven't had like a lot of like ones of like showing us like the dinosaurs and stuff like that. And not only that, but it's just because for me, it's the franchise wasn't a trilogy of three films. If it was like more than a trilogy, we would have gone not only more dinosaurs and also potentially
Okay.
like prehistoric creatures and all that. We would have gotten like a lot of people good responses, and a lot of like criticism, a lot of good response instead of like criticism about the Jurassic Park franchise.
Yeah. I was checking that for a second because like I had a see what was it something on my phone and then it was making sure the stream was still going. But another thing see, I was trying to think. Marvel, DC, and apparently the reviews for Shazam have been pretty good late. I've been hearing today, it's pretty good. Apparently, that they're saying that the old DC has died, and that Aquaman and Shazam are leading. Well, Wonder Woman 2 are all leading towards the future.
Yeah, and I heard that it'll be like the DC will be like less connected. For me, I I'll be fine if we have some DC movies that are not connected. But for me, I don't want them to like drop like the DCU
Yeah,
like that after we're getting like very very good movies, because like you can still like do like DCU that and still do DC movies that are connected and stuff like that. You just need to make sure you do a good job and handle it properly.
get Henry Cavill back. Why will
Mm-hmm.
they screw that up so badly? Ugh.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Also, um, I totally forgot. Um, you know what? I also would um, love to happen.
Huh?
Since we mentioned earlier about like the Disney and all the Fox and Marvel characters like coming into the MCU and stuff.
Yeah.
So now after that that happened, and not only they have so many stories and all that, and hopefully Sony will still keep going their contract and still have all their characters and still having like characters of theirs like in the MCU, and hopefully like Disney will get all their characters back from Universal.
Yeah.
Like what the point is of all that, hopefully things that and including with the purchase of Fox in the future, hopefully we will get the one, the only, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please, Secret Wars.
Oh yeah, Secret Wars. Oh, the other thing it takes me off with Universal though is that they're making no money off the Hulk other than the appearances in the Marvel movies as a side
Yeah,
character. They could either make more
and
money off a solo movie, or
yeah,
it just frustrates me they're not doing that. Yeah.
yeah, and Taylor, since you mentioned the other Hulks, like the red and gray Hulk, I was about to say also now it's like Wonder Woman,
She Hulk.
Captain Marvel. They never like. What about She Hulk?
Yeah, She
Like
Hulk.
she's like an awesome character.
She's buff now in the comics.
Sorry.
Yeah, she's buff now in the comics.
Oh yeah, and it was one of Stanley's last creations.
Yeah. I always thought she would work well with the Netflix series and all that. I just think it'd be so hilarious. Like, I don't know how you would work that out, but like that kind of story with like she just comes in and says, "Well, they gave me a blood transfusion. That was about it." So
Yeah,
I just thought it'd be amazing if she was like a lawyer in Hell's Kitchen with Daredevil and the other Defenders. And that'd be
yeah.
amazing.
It's also sad because now they're rebooting Daredevil, and that means we are not having Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio back.
I don't know about that. I think because of course they'll have everything within like the 2 years it is, and I honestly think we'll have them back in that way. I don't think they're gonna
Yeah,
go with a full reboot. I just think it's gonna take a while before we get all that back. We'll probably get something
yeah,
with because it's gonna be a while before they get anything underway with the Disney streaming service anyway.
hmm
So in raw reality, it's not gonna be as long as everyone thinks before we get them back, and then we get everything back on track.
yeah. I also can't wait for the live action Star Wars TV shows and Marvel shows on the
Yeah,
streaming service, including The Mandalorian and Taika Waititi. He's going to be voicing IG-88.
yeah, I heard that earlier. He's voicing him. Then the series so far we got are Loki, Winter Soldier and
Falcon and Winter
Falcon,
Soldier,
and what? Yeah,
Falcon and Winter Soldier,
and then Vision and Scarlet Witch.
and and also their first ever Marvel animated series that's not connected to the
Oh
MCU,
yeah,
the What If
Modoc,
series.
Modoc. See, Modoc, Tigress, and
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck, Tigress or Tigra, and see, Dazzler, and that's pretty. That kind of got me thinking. Dazzler's a big X-Men character. She's also a mutant. Wonder how she's fitting into all this.
Yeah, some people say that Taylor Swift should play her, but I don't want that to happen.
So, let's see, and the third one, Hit Monkey. Hit Monkey's his name, and that's apparently all the animated ones they're working on. And then they'll have the
Yeah,
uh, big collaboration of all of them. I forget what it's apparently called, or the Rejections or something like that.
the
The
Offenders.
Offenders. That's it.
But yeah, I can't wait for like man, like the news that like there's been so much news of like every scene of the geek and comic book genre and just like I've ever seen Marvel, DC, video games, everything, and I'm just so happy that we're just getting more than we asked for.
Yeah. Then the big thing that of course, we got Endgame out in a month, but the biggest thing I cannot wait for, which is in May, is Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yeah, and I'm also excited for Godzilla King of Monsters 2, but I'm also interested to see Pokemon Detective Pikachu.
That's true. I haven't seen the second trailer yet. I got to react to it, but I thought the first one was hilarious.
You'll love the second trailer. It's like, whoa, I never expect that.
This Pikachu comes out, says, "I am DP," shoots some dude in the head.
Yeah, and like just Ryan Reynolds. Like, I'm glad they're not recasting him as that like like as like Deadpool because I like that they're keeping with him because you know he's like one of those characters that you just it's like hard to cast somebody else because like he is like 1 out of 7 billion.
Yeah, he's become the quintessential actor for that character now, like Wolverine or RDJ or RDJ
RDBJ.
or Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, and the best thing is about like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. He's a redeemer from Hayden Christensen as as Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
And yeah, like and also it'll be interested to see like how does Kevin Feige with the NCU because like there's like because like I was watching Comic Cast and he says that like there's like so much and the NCU will outlive us because like there is like so much stories and so much characters that are coming out and that are already out and that they can do and Rob Liefeld he's come with a new character called Major X.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that.
Also, you were going to say about James Gunn, by the way.
Oh yeah, James Gunn being back, and frankly, I am glad that he's back because I just think Disney screwed him over way too easily. And
Yeah.
if
Plus, it was a 10-year tweet.
there was 10 tweets or 12 tweets, and two of which were actually funny to me. They did not seem that bad. I mean, they weren't bad at all. They sound like any kind of offhanded comedic joke. And then there was 10 others that went from darkly funny to I think there was only two that I thought were just too bad to be even funny. But essentially that was in. No, it's not like from a few months. It's a scale between like almost a 10-year period. You find 12 tweets within a 10-year period. I mean, it doesn't really add up to me. And then
Yeah.
let's see, what else was it? I mean, if you even know the guy, I mean, especially in his early filmmaking days, he's not the kind of bright guy that you see today. He was a pretty dark dude. I mean, you kind of see
Yeah.
that in Brightburn. I mean, the darkest you can get is probably Slither. That was a pretty darkly comedic horror film. And then you got Brightburn, which is coming out soon, and it's pretty dark, but it still looks really entertaining. Uh,
Oh, yeah. He also did Scooby Doo.
Yeah, he did scoot that. That's right. So this guy has, he's kind of bipolar in a way with his films, and you can see that in his personality as well. You can go really dark, or he can be, darkly comedic, which of course works with something like Scooby Doo or Guardians of the Galaxy. I think we kind of saw that humor come out in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 when we got Baby Groot showing off a severed toe.
Hmm. Also, what? Also, interesting thing about James Gunn, he's the only director that's working with Marvel and DC, and he's also
Yeah,
the first director in the NCU of directing a trilogy of Marvel the Guardians of the Galaxy and Marvel
yeah.
movies.
Hopefully in Guardians 3 we'll finally get Adam Warlock.
Yeah, and the interesting thing, they said that his script is like the setting up and the beginning of more of the cosmic side of the MCU, which is so interesting because imagine giving us a tease of Galactus,
Oh, jeez.
Eternity, and Living Tribunal.
Yeah.
Like did this just and also what I'm so glad that James Gunn is probably happy because like before he couldn't get like a lot of the X-Men Marvel characters like like they were owned because they were owned by Fox. So now he can like get some of those characters in
Yeah.
there and they and the Fox and the Fox characters that they had were are just probably half of them are the most powerful and the most interesting. Like they have the whole they I don't think they have the whole I don't think they own the rights to the whole celestial race, but I
Yeah.
do know they own half of all of the entities and they own half of all and like they own the Shira. They like they just own everything that X Men Fantastic Four, which has a lot of powerful characters.
Yeah. And of course,
And
he's do. Oh, you can continue real quick.
and also for DC, like I said, I would like them to I'm fine with them for them doing less connected DC movies, but like Pat Jenkins, she says that she wants like she doesn't want like to do a Justice League movie yet, but she wants to wait. So like
Yeah.
I know Justice League really hit them hard, but it doesn't mean that you need to cancel it. Like you can just like
Yeah,
wait on it
it's
and
their
make
fault
like other
anyway.
DC movies that are still connected, but just not
Yeah.
like pushing it too hard to Justice League.
Yeah. Justice League needed time to simmer on the stove with the different characters. And let's see. I just want to see Justice League Dark. I just want to see something with
Yeah,
Justice League Dark so bad. But of
yeah,
course, we're getting
and
Swamp
Upside.
Thing on DC Universe. Yeah, I cannot wait for that. I'm such a Swamp Thing fan. I just got the comics. I just got a couple new comics from Walmart, and I just cannot wait to see how the Swamp Thing series goes.
Yeah. Also, I can't. I hope they also introduce Darkseid in the
Yeah,
DCU one day.
yeah. Other than season whatever 3, I think it is, of Just League Outsiders. I can't wait for that.
Also, after like I said, that they have like powerful characters in the MCU, like the Fox Marvel characters. What were you going to say after that?
Oh yeah, James Gunn working on Suicide Squad 2. And
Yeah.
now we got Idris Elba as Deadshot now, and this is gonna be like a short reboot because we're getting Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I think they need to bring back what's his name, Captain Boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
Bring him
John
back.
Courtney.
Jai Courtney. I think you need the big three. You have if you're doing Suicide Squad, you need Captain Boomerang, you need Deadshot, and you need Harley Quinn. They can kick out others like gosh, Diablo is dead. Uh, you can kick out Killer Croc, really. Although I want Killer Croc back because he's my favorite DC character. But I think you can do well with King Shark. Give him the Hammerhead head, though. Uh, I would do, Rat Killer would be a good one because they already said they're doing Rat Killer and King Shark. I like to see Livewire. I think it should be pretty interesting to have in there. I know people want Killer Frost, but Killer Frost has been pretty big in Suicide Squad in the past little while. So let's have Livewire. I just like electric villains, and I like to see Livewire for once. Uh, you can even pair her up with Birds of Prey or whatnot if you wanted to. Quiet. Uh, I would like to see Scarecrow or Mad Hatter though in Suicide Squad 2. That would be
Yes.
pretty cool too. Get that kind
Oh,
of villain.
go ahead.
Oh, you can go ahead. I got my dogs barking in the background. My sister's
Yeah.
probably home now.
Oh, yeah. Also, since you mentioned Killer Croc, when like of him and King Shark teaming up one day, I would love to see that. Also, I also love like because in Suicide Squad they didn't have him do anything, but in the Lego Batman movie they make fun of that, being like, "Yay, I did something."
I haven't seen that one either. I gotta go watch it. Let's
Yeah.
see what I got to say here. Did you see the Mattel Purple Dilophosaurus? Yes, I've seen. I was going to put it in a Jurassic chat. Looks kind of like the Jurassic World, the game Dilophosaurus, that like big bad one they do. R.I.P. Rodan. He thought he could beat Ghidorah in 1-on-1. That's probably in one of the TV spots I've got to watch. I haven't seen yet. I made a bet with my friends that Ray would marry Luke in Last Jedi. I was wrong. Yeah, I'm glad you're wrong because that'd be extremely awkward. I would like to see
Hey, Caitlin.
Penguin. Penguin would be really cool. And I think no, he wasn't in Birds of Prey. He was originally gonna be in Birds of Prey. I think they're gonna put him in the Batman though, from what I hear. Uh, and what is your thoughts on the Mattels and Dominus Rex? I was gonna put that in my toy video that I've been meaning to do because of Toy Hunt or Toy Fair and whatnot, and the Jurassic Chat as well. I need to be working on soon. The Mattel Indominus
Okay.
Rexo looks amazing. Have you seen that toy?
Oh, me.
Yeah,
By the way, sorry to interrupt. By the way.
oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
What may I?
I haven't seen the toy, but I have heard it does look good.
Sorry, hold on a second. Take them with you. Get out of here, go. Get. Yeah, I just had everyone running here at once.
Yeah. By the way, sorry about that. Sorry that I didn't I didn't respond
No,
for a
no, no,
second.
that's fine.
It's just gonna. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. Also, um, I'm just going for the bathroom real second. I'll be right back.
I'll go ahead. X Star says hi, y'all.
By the way, when I get back, ask me whatever comments you or questions you have for me when I'm done in the bathroom.
All right. Oh, wait back. Watch Critters and New Binge. It sucked. You just saw the movie? Jurassic Revolution, Aloe, so OP. Yeah. I've not seen any of the Critters movies, so I'll have to. I still gotta check out the trailer. I knew I meant to. I'm sorry, just stay down. I'm sorry, what are your thoughts on Mattel Brachiosaurus and Brachiosaurus, I think it could have used a little few more paint apps, but it looks pretty good for the size and everything. It's only gonna be like $40, so it's still pretty cool. Might return. It would be cool if they had Mark or here's Han Solo back in some way or another to interact with Luke. And the Amargasaurus looks really well detailed. I'm surprised they did a Margosaurus over a
I'm back.
Patasaurus, but we'll have to see how it looks. I think it looks pretty good though. The Margosaurus looks pretty good.
I'm back.
All right, I had a nightmare that we humans had a Hunger Game, like day with the Critters monsters. Huh. He says that the
Is there
The new Critters movie, sucked really bad. And what do you think of Rambo 5? I can't wait to see how it goes. I hope they call it Rambo Last Blood. We'll just have to see
mhm.
because I love all the Rambo movies.
Is there any just asking Taylor? Is there any questions that the audience has for me?
I don't see any at the moment. Uh, Jurassic World, Aloe, so OP. But yeah, guys, if you got any questions, ask them for Tyler Olsen as well. Just ask him in the chat. He's here too.
Yeah, cause like for me, I look up like news, everything geek, and I do a lot of my research. So if you have any questions or any stuff that you guys might find like that you guys have any interesting for me or something that I have heard before, I'll give you my thoughts and help you guys wherever I can. Also, I also have a question, Taylor.
Sure.
Um, if so, there's like after Disney and Fox deal like has gone through, and I know we were talking a little like more about this.
Yeah.
Um, there's been a lot of people having predictions of like the slate and next phases that the NCU has thanks to that. And your predictions, what do you like aside from like the movies that have been already been confirmed after Endgame, which prediction movies you think will get at like that's after the movies that are already been confirmed?
All right. So after the confirmed ones, I mean, we're gonna get Spider-Man 3. We're gonna get Doctor Strange 2, Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2. We'll probably, and of course, Eternals. Eternals. We'll probably get. We're gonna get an X-Men movie in at least 5 to 6 years. We're gonna get Doctor or the Fantastic Four or something along those lines. I'd rather have Doctor Doom as a movie first, but we'll get something along those lines in within the next 8 years. I think we'll get something teasing some of the other obscure characters like Blade or something like that soon as well. Or Moon Knight, I think, will be shown off within the streaming service.
Yeah,
Uh, it's just really difficult to know how far they're going to branch out after Endgame, like Savage Land or whatnot. But I mean, we know we're
hmm
going to get Fantastic Four and X Men, and then we also got
yeah,
what's his name? Uh, Shang Chi. He's getting his own movie as
hmm
well.
yeah. And we know that and we know that they're gonna like introduce the Fantastic Four first because they're gonna take their time with the X Men because
Yeah,
the X Men like they've been doing I wouldn't say I would say like okay like somewhere in the middle, but Fantastic Four has been like just been like trashed and stuff,
yeah,
and also as Doctor Doom, they just they just put him in the Fantastic Four. You don't need to put him in the Fantastic Four. He works as like a villain of the X Men or the Avengers or any other because he's like you said the foundation of so many good villains.
yeah,
Also for me, I know that we'll get Spider-Man free, and hopefully after Far From Home they'll extend their deal, and I think they will because Amy Pascal says that they love what they're doing with Spider-Man because we all know how after the Amazing Spider-Man 2 felt, and if
yeah,
they had Spider-Man in there like Peter Parker, we all know how that would would go and they would probably regret of taking him out of the MCU. So it's good that they're having him stay because things that because if they let him stay for a very long time, we get hopefully we'll get to see a lot of characters that we want to see if for example since Black Cat and Silver Sable their movie is complicated.
oh
If they
yeah,
can't make a movie that they can give it to the MCU. Same with Craven.
yeah. And let's see. I think we got. Let's see. Did you know discovered the largest T Rex fossil? I'd like to see that. The last fossil I know that was the biggest was
I
Sue. I haven't heard of another one though. I have one for Tyler. Do you
I saw
think
that.
Deadpool Peter will kill Thanos?
Um, what was the question again?
Do you think Deadpool Peter will kill Thanos?
Um, you know, well, Peter, I don't think I don't think Thanos will kill Deadpool because he's unkillable. Um, but like but if with the Infinity Stones, he can obviously snap away like Peter. Um, he also wants to make sure that he doesn't get Peter's blood, he's getting Peter's blood on him because Peter is both type 1 and type 2 diabetic.
Yeah. I never thought of
And
that before. What if that's how they did the X Men? Was they had it to where Thanos did the snap, and then when they bring them all back from the quantum realm or whatever happened to them, they end up all coming back as mutants.
yeah, I also have very big news that I heard from Marvelous Wave.
Yeah,
He says this is I it hasn't been confirmed yet, but Disney has said to movie theater owners of the official runtime for Avengers Endgame, and hopefully if this is true, it's reported that it will be 3 hours and 3 minutes long.
yeah. The things that they've always tried to say is this will be the longest Marvel film, so
and it,
hopefully it'll stay
and
true.
it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's the culmination of so many characters.
Yeah, and it's the beginning of a chapter of new.
Shang Tsung and Noob confirmed for MK11. I gotta react to all the MK stuff. I was reacting with my sister so they could squirm. I think it'd be funny. But and hey Tyler, do you think it would be cool if Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland get them together to do a live action Spider Verse movie?
I would love to see that, and what's interesting is I heard on Hybrid Network that in the early development did in the script that they wanted like Tobey
Yeah.
Maguire's character to be like like that Peter Parker of like the midlife crisis one, to have him instead like be like the teacher for Miles Morales. And like Andrew Garfield, he was all right. Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland are the best Spider-Man. So yeah, I would like to see, yeah, like, well, Spider-Verse is animated, and
Oh, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Sorry, my bad. Hey,
Hey,
sorry, my bad. I had to answer a phone call.
no problem.
All right.
Was it from your grandfather?
Yeah, my grandmother.
Okay. So, but anyway, yeah, I was just telling the group, just answering some of the group's questions,
Yeah.
and I already answered. So for X Star, for your question about like
Ri-
this, why not just buy first film, Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire, I would love to see that, and not only that, but it would be a good it would be good for like a Spider-Man fan, a Marvel fan like me, seeing that because I have seen these films since I was a kid. So it would be a good, not only a good like film, starting film of of this of what Spider Verse is, but a good culmination of like what came after Spider Verse. And also we had the other question of X Star that he said that um, will we get like a rated R Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles just like in the comics?
yeah.
I would like to see that because like in the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, it had some dark scenes that was in it, and I do love some of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like most of them have been like light and stuff, but for me, I would like to see more dark and more into the comics and the cartoon series. Like I love the cartoon series, and it's fine if they're closer to the cartoon series, but they should also be close to the comics as well because that's what started Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. We also said, let's see, who is it here? They're gonna make an MK movie, but it doesn't have Sub Zero or Scorpion. Hmm.
Oh man, if they don't have Sub Zero, Scorpion, then who else?
Yeah. Reptile and Katana.
Yeah, I really hope it's rated R because
Oh yeah.
you can't make everything PG-13.
Yeah. It's kind of like Suicide Squad. When I first heard they were doing Suicide Squad, I couldn't imagine them not doing it like rated R and whatnot, but they did it. But MK has to be rated R.
Yeah, and also you know what I also hope, Taylor.
Yeah.
You know what I also hope.
Huh.
I I don't know if Disney will ever do this, but I don't know if you saw the deleted scenes, but I'm like you and me obviously like know that like we obviously love Disney Dinosaur,
Yeah.
but um I really hope they do a sequel or a prequel or something because like it's you because when I watched the deleted scenes, I was just so surprised at how almost dark than the deleted scenes were because there's one that just totally I wish that they kind of did in that movie, and it's showing it showed of Noah's eventually would be called Aldar, his grandparents sacrificing themselves, being eaten by carnivores to save Noah, and Noah just like walking past his friend and the dinosaurs, and he just roars, and it's just tearjerker, and just it's like wow, I
Yeah.
cannot believe that they deleted this and deleted so many good scenes and stuff.
Yeah, I gotta do my research. I've never even heard of that before. I know some of the theater related scenes, but I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, and it's also on the DVDs. And it was in production, and those were in early production. Like I believe in the in the late '90s or early '90s, and I really hope because Disney Dinosaur does have some aspects of Walking Dead. It's and just without the zombies and stuff that is because these are just like dinosaurs that are trying to survive.
Yeah.
But yeah, like back but I think back then I don't think Disney would ever do that because they never because they would never embrace like dark. But I think but now Disney's changing, and I think that'll be a possibility, but I don't know if we'll get that. But I would love to get that one day. Like,
Yeah.
cause like Disney Dinosaur should not just be one movie, but there should be a couple ones. I'm not saying the cinematic universe, but I'm just saying like just give us like a trilogy because like for me, the first movie is not the end.
Yeah. I wish they would. I just doubt they'll ever do something. But good dinosaur or whatnot. But hopefully they'll do something dinosaur related. But for me, for any dinosaur, for any dinosaur related content, I really just wish BBC would work on some more dinosaur related content, which is what propelled them really in the first place back in the '90s and whatnot. Do Walking
Yeah.
with, do a new Walking with Dinosaur series, not a movie. The movie would have been great the way it was, just with no. Don't if they didn't have them talking. It works for Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Did not work with Walking with Dinosaurs. However, the movie was still
Yeah.
great. It had great scenes in it. Uh,
Yeah.
and then of course Primeval will give us Primeval whatnot.
Yeah. Also, like I mentioned earlier, having like the directors of the Walking with series and the guys that did Prehistoric Park and Prime People.
Yeah,
When I said like them like doing like Jurassic Park movies and stuff, I would also like them because hey, here's an interesting concept of a movie. Planet of the Apes.
yeah,
Like that, like in the first two, it was focused on both the apes and the humans.
yeah,
I would like them, like the director, like Tim Haynes and the guys that are involved in like those like amazing like dinosaur prehistoric creature shows.
yeah,
I would like them to do just like in War for Planet of the Apes, a movie that's just focused on the apes, but and done like focus on the dinosaurs and just giving us a Jurassic Park movie that's only from the dinosaurs' point of view and not of the humans because well and yeah and like and but yeah, still have some human characters and still focus on them. But I would like to see them like seeing the dinosaurs like of like showing and telling the story because it would give us like not only a new concept but like just showing that these dinosaurs are not only like animals but characters as well.
yeah,
And 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 you know because as you watch the Walking with series and you're not watching a documentary series, you're also watching a series of like just a journey of them and just seeing hardships and just seeing stuff that if you were there, you would feel sad, you would feel bad, you would feel happy, and just seeing and like in Land of Giants, like I felt bad for the little Intricaparian that he had to watch his like mother mate with like an other male and that right there is like a very very hard scene to watch because like it's just they're just like the perfect people to do like dinosaur and prehistoric creature shows and make them good and better.
yeah,
and and plus is to like Colin Trevorrow. I love Colin Trevorrow, but if he wants to like lead the franchise, give the franchise to those guys.
yeah.
Also, I also have another question. And and it's also about Star Wars.
Yeah.
Um, I really like that the sorry, Dan stuttering.
It's fine.
That rumor and saying that George Lucas was going to be doing of a live action TV show called Star Wars Underworld.
No, I don't think so.
Well, he said before Disney was purchasing Star Wars back in like this was like way before it happened. But in 2008, they were gonna like make a live action TV show of Star Wars called Star Wars Underworld and showing more the criminals and the bounty hunters of Star Wars. And do you think like and we all know that we'll be seeing that Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Do you think? But do you think we'll see Star Wars Underworld in like that like that version in a live action TV show Star Wars? Because I would like to see like the criminals and the bounty hunters as well. Like, cause like Mandalorian, yeah, he's a bounty hunter, but it's just like exploring more at that world because we haven't seen much of that world.
Yeah. Well, you know what happens when you try to do that kind of story? You end up like that Star Wars game that EA scrapped. But yeah, I do think that
Mm-hmm.
it'd be really cool to see something like that. I don't know if George Lucas would be behind it, but I mean, he'd probably be behind it in a way that's sort of like how Steven Spielberg is with Jurassic. In a way, I think is how he'd probably go if he was involved. But it's tough to know what kind of story they're gonna want to tell in the future because they usually kind of
Yeah,
go with what makes them money, or they'll go off on a whim with like Rogue One, and then somehow they leap from that to Solo. So
yeah. I hated that Captain Candy fired Bill Lord and Christopher Miller because those guys
yeah,
know how to make good geek movies.
yeah. I forgot where I was going with that. I haven't seen Solo yet, so I gotta go see Solo. Gotta get on
It's
Redbox.
yeah, it's a good movie, but it's not as good as Rogue One.
And I heard that they were just talking about how in the original script for Rogue One, it was ended with a wedding. I can't remember who. I think it was Jyn Erso and
Yeah,
what's his name. I'm glad it ended the way
uh,
it ended, though. I think that was a better
Cassian,
ending.
Cassian.
Cassian Andor. I think that the original ending was a way better, though. It just shows that heroes don't always, or they will succeed, but it comes at a cost.
Yeah, but I know, like for me, I'm sad at the ending, but I like the ending because like it shows a new start and a new different side of Star Wars that like we haven't seen and stuff. Like we said about Old Republic, I would like to see. All of us would like to see Old Republic because that's like the world that we haven't seen and that spans so many years and gives us a lot more that not only we haven't seen but like shows us like so many good characters and just awesome battles and more of the wars and it spans hundreds and thousands of years. Do you know how many stories and characters and all that have like been in that like time span of lore?
Yeah.
Like
Uh,
seeing
go ahead.
oh sorry, go ahead.
Just reading X Star. I want them to give Nicolas Cage a chance as an R-rated Ghost Rider. That would be amazing if they let him go nuts like that. But
Yeah,
I think Tommy Lee Jones should play an old Spider-Man from a different universe. And still waiting
yeah.
for Luke and Ray's wedding. Please don't ever do Luke and Ray's wedding. For one, Luke is dead, so it'd be really awkward. And for one, he's like how many years older than her?
He's like he's like in his no yeah he's in his 60s now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
really
and
awkward,
Ray,
y'all.
she's in her 30s, and plus, like, is he at a wedding? Can you imagine the honeymoon? Like, can you imagine, like, him as a Force Ghost, and like her tickling, like, at the spot that a lot of people wouldn't say.
This Kylo all salty in the corner.
Yeah, Kylo's like, she shall be mine.
She was my apprentice.
Yeah, yeah. Um, also, um, um, Also, since you mentioned like Nicolas Cage as an R-rated Ghost Rider, I don't know if you heard, but Norm Reedus, the guy who plays Daryl.
Yeah.
He said that he
Oh.
would like if he works for Marvel Studios, like playing like playing the Marvel characters. The
Yeah.
two characters that he would love to play for Marvel Studios are Silver Surfer or Ghost Rider.
That's honestly amazing. I think Ghost Rider makes way better or way more
Yeah,
sense. But that's surprising that he would choose Silver Surfer.
yeah. Because Silver Surfer is not only cosmic, but he's more of like a guy that he's more powerful and he has a more like not like Norman Reedus is smart and all that. It's just like his. It's just when you look at Daryl, like his character, you see him as Ghost Rider, but you just don't see him as Silver Surfer.
Yeah. Um, I heard Blade might join the MCU. Yeah, and Blade might join in, especially the Disney streaming service. I doubt we'll have any movies unless they try to shuffle it over to Fox with the R-rated version. But
You, you,
they've already said they're
you
going to
know.
do dark stuff like
Oh,
Moon
sorry. Go ahead.
Knight, Blade, and Man Thing. But Blade, yeah, and he's technically already owned back by Marvel now, so they could always use him whenever they want.
And not a lot of people know about this about Blade, but Blade is the one that like that started like Marvel of becoming what Marvel is today.
Yeah, and Wesley Snipes
And
back. I doubt they'll ever get Wesley Snipes back. For one, he's a much older dude, and for two,
yeah,
they're gonna start all new. That's just how it's gonna roll. They're gonna get all new actors, except for Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool. They're gonna keep him around, but they're gonna recast for everyone else.
you know who I would love to see as Blade?
Who?
John Boyega,
That would be cool. I could see that.
because like you can see because it makes more sense because you can see the hair, you can see the style and stuff, and like yeah, he yells, but he also has good humor in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And when you see and like and Blade, he has humor too. Like if you watch like the movie, he's like, "Mother effer, you're out of your mind."
Yeah.
Yeah, and also speaking that you mentioned the Disney streaming service, since like they have so many characters, like they can't put them all in their movies at once. So um, Kevin Feige says that his plan is like for Disney streaming service to like the X-Men characters that they have, they're going to have them have their own like TV series like on like Disney Plus and also probably for the Fantastic Four too. And then if that sixth season is successful and it's good on the streaming service and they get like and the series is done, then like then they feel like it's they're ready for their own movie in the MCU. So like starting small and then starting big.
Yeah. Uh, let's see. What would happen in Jurassic World was it rated R? It would never. I doubt we'll ever see anything rated R related to Jurassic Park. But if it was, it would be interesting to see some kind of version. That'd be cool if someone did something like an animated fan version that went through like the whole movie that was R rated and whatnot. I think that would be a pretty cool like fan project someone could do.
Stupendous Wave did talk about that. I've never seen a video about that, and I would like to see that because like it gives more gore, more action, and more stuff that Universal wouldn't do, and the PG for and Jurassic Park the PG-13 versions wouldn't give us. And plus he also said something about and I don't know or maybe they would also throw in like nudity in there, but like I don't know about that.
Yeah. And
But can you just imagine? Like, can you just imagine if you put in like nudity in there, they would like play it off like in those slasher films. Like when like when Friday the 13th or something like that. When you
yeah.
know the characters after they are doing it, like they hit the slashers like kill them. Can you imagine like a raptor doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever seen that movie Bad Moon?
No, I don't think so.
Well, well, like it, after when the characters are doing it, the werewolf like came in and like killed and like was like killing the woman and she and just after that like the scene like took like about 30 seconds and just in those 30 seconds she should have been killed like in like just in about 3 seconds because the amount of like damage that werewolf causes like just astounding because she's all scratched up, she's bleeding, that like so yeah, so I would like to see a lot of it would also give us more kills and more bloody action of like of dinosaur fights and stuff like that if it was rated R.
Yeah. Louis gotta go. See you later, man. He says his phone's dying. Mine's about to too, so I'm probably gonna cut the stream in about 15 to 20 minutes, so that'll make the stream go on for about 2 hours and 20 minutes. So it gives us about 15 to 20 minutes to finish off the stream, I think.
Okay. So anybody on the chat, does you
Oh
have
yeah,
any more last questions for
X
me and
Star.
Taylor? Now it's the time.
Yeah, and X Star says he wants X-23. We'll get X-23 at some point. I think they're gonna have her mainly as a passing of the torch for Wolverine. I think that's not a too bad idea, but and she can run like X Force and whatnot on her own. Uh, I've been thinking about it. Luke is 65 and Ray is 26, so I don't think it will work with kids. Yeah, I don't think it worked either for when if a parent watched A New Hope and then Return of the Jedi back in the 80s. Do you think they will make R-rated DC movies like Suicide Squad, Batman, Joker, and Swamp Thing? Joker is never
Oh,
gonna have his own movie. Batman is gonna be PG-13 because they're gonna sell toys. Suicide Squad is gonna be the same thing for toys, but I think they'll definitely go a little more bloody with it. I think would be a better idea. And Swamp Thing, that he's not getting his own movie, but he is getting his thing on the streaming service, which will probably be mature because I mean you look at Titans and there's blood and all that and the Doom Patrol and all that. So Swamp Thing is going to be right on par with how he is probably in the comics. The more brutal, magic and gory kind of look at his villains and whatnot. Because I mean, you look at Swamp Thing's background, his not just his transformation, but his villains and all that. It's pretty grotesque when you look at it.
mhm.
What was your thoughts on Dennis Indri's death in the book? Frankly, I love the death in the book. It's one of my favorite parts. One of the most deserving deaths in novels, I think. Uh, so I ultimately love the death, and I'll let Tyler get to it right after. Joker is having a prequel movie. Oh, that's right. The Joker film. Completely forgot the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie was coming out. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that excited for it, but we'll have to see how it goes. So I'll let Tyler take
And
it from
Joaquin
here.
Phoenix. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You can go from here.
Okay. Oh, okay. Does it, anybody that have any questions for me in the chat? Go right ahead. I'm all ears. And yeah, like you said about the Joaquin Phoenix movie. For me, his performance as Joker. For me, I'm interested. We can all agree that he will obviously be better than Jared Leto's Joker, but he will not be like on top or better than Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and for me, like about radar DC movies, I think we'll get a couple, but I think we'll get some that are more PG-13 because, like you said about toys, and it makes sense because like if they had all radar, then they wouldn't sell a lot of toys.
Yeah. And
Yeah. So yeah, I think
sorry, Anusha Dinosaur 101 says I am working on a crossover JP fan film that will be as graphic as the book. That would be cool though. Uh,
I'll probably check that out.
I think the having it animated would work. I think it's cheaper and you'd be able to explore a lot further, like in the novel. Have the different, have the completely flipped versions, like the younger Lex and the older Timmy, and then the bearded Alan Grant and everything else. Here's one for you, Tyler. Do you think the rumors of Hugh Jackman and Tom Cruise are being considered for Green Lantern?
You know, Um, I don't see Hugh Jackman as, and plus, like these are rumors. So, one thing that you should know is you gotta make sure that you gotta find the right source that's reliable because you might get a different source that might have not that has might not been accurate or something like that. And plus, like a lot of sources says from the one source that that has gotten this information. But anyway, back to your question. For me, Tom Cruise, he was offered to play Iron Man, but he rejected it. Um,
Regrets that
do
now.
you know?
You got the
Um,
Mummy.
Sorry.
He regrets it. He probably regrets it now, but at least he got the role in the Mummy.
Yeah, but I would be curious to see him as Green Lantern because he he hasn't been in superhero movies, and it'd be interesting to see him like in that genre. Hugh Jackman, he played Wolverine, so him playing Green Lantern is probably an unlikely choice. Um, for me, I would like to see Hugh Jackman as like like if he wanted to play, if he still wanted to be in comic movies, for me in DC, I'd love him to play like a character like Bane.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. But yeah. So Tom Cruise, maybe, but I would like to see, um, but well, sadly we can't. But I would love to see Idris Elba as Green Lantern.
Yeah, as the John Stewart Green Lantern.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see. I think Nathan Fillion would be a cool Hal Stewart or Hal
Yeah,
Jordan. Sorry, Hal Jordan Green Lantern. John Stewart though, man. Let's see. Mm, man, it's like Idris Elba was the best pick of all time. Um, maybe Michael B. Jordan if he because he I mean Killmonger's dead, so
well, and Warner Brothers did offer him to play like Superman.
yeah. Well, not really. That was just rumors from what he said.
Yeah,
But it was Earth Two Superman. I forget his name though.
yeah. So, but yeah, for me, I would I would like to see Michael B. Jordan at like maybe not as Superman, but as like a different character because Michael B. Jordan
Bronze
does do
Tiger.
a good job. Sorry.
Bronze Tiger. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Um. Also, I would like also there. I would also like to see um like characters in DC like um uh Martin the Marsh no yeah Manhunter
Martian Manhunter. Yeah.
and I would also like to see I for me the one problem like I have you seen Titans?
Not yet. I've seen the previews for it though.
Yeah. For me, I love seeing Beast Boy in Titans. The only problem is like it's alright if I say a spoiler or
Go ahead.
okay so everybody spoilers 3, 2, 1. The only problem I have with Beast Boy in Titans is he only shapeshifts into a tiger. For me, I
Ah,
want him to shapeshift into any other animal because that's what he is in the comics and cartoons. And for me, I would like to see Teen Titans and Beast Boy in the DCU because like for me, I'd like to see more characters like that and stuff. And of course, and also in the NCU, like there's a character that's called Ratio that's like Beast
yeah, Reptile.
that's kind of inspired by Beast Boy, and I would like to see in the NCU too because he can shapeshift into dinosaurs and have weird like dinosaur powers, and that'd be awesome. And plus like after the success of Aquaman, Namor's going to be getting his own movie one day. So this is the DC's doing Beast Boy, then the NCU is going to do Reptile.
Yeah. Um. Let's see. Talking about Green Lantern. What's your thoughts on the Big Jack Films King Kong reviews? Honestly, I actually do like them. I like his videos. I think they're pretty good. I like all the King Kong videos because King Kong is, of course, my favorite movie monster. Uh, Although, if you're young, I would tell you to avoid his Valentine's Day specials. So, if your younger viewers do not watch those two specifically. I only watch because I've seen them
Yeah,
all. And I want to know everything about King Kong, so just avoid those two. Did you guys know
yeah,
Marvel gave Jackman a choice? Who his choices were to be Wolverine, Mr. Fantastic, Hulk, and Iron Man. I honestly don't think they would have given, or because Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, uh, and Iron Man is RDJ. Uh, that doesn't really sound right to me, but yeah, I think they probably would have pondered with the idea of having him still as Wolverine because he's such a money bag. But at the same time, I don't really think of him as any of those characters anymore. I think they're gonna do, especially the recast of Wolverine. But Mister Fantastic, I've always thought they need to do John Krasinski and Emily Blunt as Invisible Woman. That's just the fan favorites, and I personally think that's a good choice for the characters. But
yeah.
and
What about the
huh?
the Giant Storm and the Saint. What about like
Johnny
who do you
Storm,
think
I
should play?
Johnny Storm should be what's his name from High School Musical and
Zac Efron?
Zac Efron. That's who I think should be Johnny Storm.
Yeah,
And or Chris Pine, either way. Although Chris Pine's with DC right now. And then the
yeah.
Thing, I'm trying to think. They had the. I don't think I want him to be John Cena personally, although I could see that.
What about Shaquille O'Neal? I would like. I think he'd be okay as a whole.
Shaquille O'Neal could be pretty good as the Thing though. I think if they made him be more serious, he doesn't have to always be serious. He could and work with his voice a little bit so it's not so identifiable as Shaq. He could probably be a good thing.
Plus, it can like revive him from his failure as Steel.
Yeah, and
Also, by the way,
then
sorry to interrupt you earlier.
oh no, that's fine. Are you guys excited for Terminator 6? Not really, to be honest.
Me interested. I'm like
Interested, but
me.
uh, it's gonna be how it is. I'm wondering how it's gonna be because we see a Terminator and it's gonna be like the origin story of Skynet and the Terminator, the T-800 and whatnot. And then we got what's her name back. I forget her name. Sarah Carter, Sarah Connor. Holy crap!
Linda Hamilton.
Linda Hamilton. Yeah,
Also, um, I love the Terminator series, but there are some of the films that I don't like, but I do, but like I do love the first two Terminators. Terminator 3, it's okay. Terminator 4, like Salvation. I like Sam Worthington.
yeah,
Also, and it was all right. Terminator Genesis had some interesting concepts, just wasn't a good movie. It had some good scenes though. I
yeah.
will say it has some good scenes.
We can really only say there's two good Terminator movies, and that's about it. The rest are just meh and bad.
Yeah. Also, um, speaking of like like the MonsterVerse, like King Kong, I can't we said I can't wait for King of the Monsters. I'm careful watching theories and stuff because I want to see because I just want to see the movie and just not because I just want to make sure like you know like like you know like just want to make sure I see the movie. Sorry, Taylor.
That's fine.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I just see the movie without thinking of spoilers or anything like that. And I'm also excited for Godzilla versus Kong because that's like that's like the kaiju version of the Avengers because they have a lot of big names and it's going to be epic. And for me, sadly, it might be the end of the MonsterVerse, but for me, I hope not because there's just so many kaiju and so
Yeah,
many monsters that we want to see in the MonsterVerse, like seeing Gira, no Gigan
yeah.
and Giras.
Gigan and Garrus and Biolante are like everyone's big ones they want to see and Destroya. But at the same time, I really think, well, for one, the rights are probably going to fall out, to be honest, because it's Toho. But
Mm-hmm.
uh, Legendary has backed themselves up by exploring their universe by adding so many new monsters. Like, we got the what is the Mountain King, as they're calling him. You got this Kamunga like creature that's in this oil field. And of course, you got creatures around the world now that you can see on the Monarch website, like the Loch Ness Monster, apparently. And that would be amazing to see how that goes.
Yeah. Also, um, also uh, like one of our fans that mentioned Terminator 6 that would be coming out. For me, I love James Cameron and he's an amazing filmmaker, and I loved the movie that he produced. It's good. For me, I really cannot wait to see his 5 sequels to Avatar because that world of
Yeah,
Pandora and seeing that movie Avatar in theaters was just amazing. And it really, and there's so much of that world that even underwater, I just can't. Like I said, I just cannot wait to see Avatar 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6. Like like it sounds like too much and all that, too much sequels, but it makes
Yeah,
sense because there's just so much of Pandora that we just want to see. That's not just one movie.
yeah. And then, uh, hey Tyler, did you hear that Sylvester Stallone is going to be in a superhero movie? I haven't heard of that. I mean, I know he's one of the I forget his name, but he's in
The
Guardians of the Galaxy
Ravagers.
Volume 2. Yeah, he's one of the Ravagers.
What superhero movie have did he say?
He didn't say it. He just says that. Did you hear that Sylvester Stallone is going to be in a superhero movie? And I've only known of him
Um,
from Volume 2 and Judge Dredd.
well, I think I heard a rumor like that, but and I do like Sylvester Stallone, like that he's now in comic movies, and hopefully Arnold Schwarzenegger too. Just
Yeah.
just making sure they give him like a right character for him to play with, not like something that like will make comic fans like me like maybe that's not a good choice. Um, but yeah. Speaking of like actors being in superhero movies, have you heard about Vin Diesel being in the Bloodshot movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, like for me, like I'm very surprised that they're doing Bloodshot because that's like a that's a superhero that's owned by a different comic book company, and I'm glad that they're making other comic book movies that are superheroes, but that's not Marvel and DC. And
Yeah.
it's also by Sony. So what's interesting is maybe when Sony is like done like their plans for Spider-Man and all their 900 characters, hope is they give that to Marvel. Hopefully one day, then they'll start playing with like other like comic book companies and superhero companies, other geek dramas, because like there's more for them to play with than just Spider-Man. And there's nothing wrong with them with playing Spider-Man, even though they have made some problems, but they have given us a lot. But at least they've been giving us like so many great movies, including Spider-Verse, which has won an Oscar, and
Yeah.
it's and at least they give us so many characters that we want to see.
Yeah. And X-Star also says, my parents took me to see Predator 2 when I was 2. I know this comment is random. Did you remember it though? That's the real
Oh
question.
wow! Wow! I cannot believe your parents went to you to see Predator 2. Um, there's a like I can just imagine the boy's face when it showed the building, and it shows like the couple, and it shows the Colombian guy and the Colombian girl like doing it, and then these like voodoo guys come in, and and the predator kills them. Like there's
Yeah.
like taking your kid to see Predator 2 when you're 2 years old, man. Like
He was
that's
2, so they probably didn't think he'd remember.
yeah. This actually reminds me of this story. The remake of Carrie.
Yeah.
Me and my friend Noah, we went to go with his dad. We went to go see Carrie, and when we went to go see Carrie together, there was this kid that's behind us that was like about 3 years old. Not Yeah, around 3 years old, and he cried through the whole movie.
Jeez.
When it got to the part where the cheerleader and the guy like are in the car together, and he cried so much, and then later on like the woman had to be like taking her and her child out to feeders, and this is where it gets funny. The people in the audience are like, ma'am, can you take your child out, please? And then there was this one guy in the audience, and it was so funny. Like, get ready to hear this. He says, "This is not a Disney movie. Walt Disney is not that creepy." Yeah,
He's terrified
like
of girls after that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was surprised. So yeah, it's surprising when you see when you see kids taking them to see a movie that has a lot of scenes that are a little too dirty and a
Yeah.
little too
Well, you heard
extreme and
there
a
were
little too
people
bloody
taking
for
their
them.
kids to see Deadpool.
Well, yeah, but that was different. Like we're not saying like taking your kids to see these rated R movies. This is I'm just saying like not younger kids. Like
Yeah.
wait until like they're like 7 or 8, like like or something like that.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know the name, but it's about he's a superhero who everybody thought died a long time ago in war, but a teenager finds evidence that he is still alive. I'll have to look that up.
Hmm.
I was 9 years old and it was my birthday. The only reason I put two in because my tablet was really slow. Okay, so he's 9 years old when he saw Predator 2.
So he was what?
9 years old.
9 years old. Okay. So yeah, so like I like and plus like Deadpool is now a $1 billion franchise, and kids went to go see Deadpool and like that, and like that's fine because um because like Deadpool like is different from Predator and Alien because like at least like Deadpool movies are way better than than some of the Alien and Predator movies.
Yeah. XR said I took my 6-year-old daughter to see Deadpool.
Probably should wait. Probably should have waited a year or two.
At least she's into Voltron now.
Ultron. But
Remember?
but yeah, and the good thing about this, Fox was like taking risk after the bomb of like Fantastic Four. So I'm glad that they were able to like make Deadpool because like it not only get like show like movie studios doing risk just like the same with Marvel Studios. It shows them that like that they can make like radar comic movies and doing more, and you don't need to have Marvel Studio films like being PG-13, and I think that really opened Disney's minds and showed them looking at Deadpool is showing a good change and a good success and something that we need for us at Disney to do. Maybe not under our banner, but working with two, just like and and still like having the radar characters in the MCU, but handling them properly and wiser.
Yeah. Let's see, get 22%. So I'm probably gonna end the stream in about 10 minutes, guys. Because I gotta charge this phone up, and I don't because once it gets below 20%, it can die for anywhere from 20% on down. So I'm gonna go ahead and that'll bring the stream at about 2 hours and 30 minutes. But I wouldn't go. If my opinion, my parents took me to see A Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th when I was 3, all the way up until I was 18.
Wow, for me, I haven't watched the only Nightmare on Elm Street movie I ever saw was the second one, and I haven't seen the other ones. I wish I did though.
Yeah, I've never seen any of them. Although my
Yeah,
uncle, who passed away a few years ago, he actually got to meet Robert Englund. He knew where his house was, and he would talk to him in his front yard.
really.
And he said that he was a really nice guy, and he loved to talk with fans, which you kind of see it when he's at horror cons and whatnot. But he used to talk to him on a regular basis. But he tried to get my mom to meet him, but he wasn't there when they brought him by, or when he brought her by.
Yeah. Also, Taylor, can I ask you something?
Sure.
For future live streams, it's all right to like bring some of my friends along because I have like this one friend, like I mentioned earlier, Noah,
Noah.
that I went to go see Carrie with.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
He's like a huge fan of like Star Wars and Godzilla and Nightmare on Elm Street. He even got to meet Robert Englund and
Oh,
stuff. So
really?
like it's all right to have him like in the live stream in future live stream one day.
Oh, that's fine. That's good to me.
Yeah,
XR also says,
yeah,
I met him. I had him sign a Lake Placid versus Anaconda poster. Oh, man. At least I didn't think they could get any worse than that movie, but then they make Lake Placid Legacy, and I thought that Lake Placid versus Anaconda was genius.
yeah.
I hate that movie
You
so
know,
much.
oh sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said I hate Lake Placid Legacy so much. It is such a bad movie.
Yeah, the first one's better.
And most of the sequels to Lake Placid are all bad, but at least Lake Placid
Yeah,
vs Anaconda is probably the best of all the sequels. Then Anaconda at least had Hunt for the Blood Orchid, which was entertaining. The rest of them were bad. I
I
forgot what it was.
I,
But Lake
I love Betty
Placid
White in the
Legacy,
first.
huh?
I love Betty White in the first one.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah,
Is it illegal? I don't think
yeah.
it's wrong.
Also, yeah. Also, sorry to interrupt.
Oh, that's fine.
Also, speaking of like of like adults and taking their kids to go see like like radar movies and talking about like like kids that went to go see that saw like radar movies. For me, I have like when I was a kid, I will admit I have seen radar movies. There was this one movie that I watched, and I think you probably know which movie I'm talking about. There was this one movie that I watched. This was like in the days of Blockbuster and movie rental stores. Rest in
Yeah,
peace, Blockbuster and those store and
movie
movie rental
gallery.
stores.
Yeah.
Anyway, the first I think one of the first radar movies that I have ever watched was a movie called Pterodactyl.
Oh, geez, I remember that on Sci-Fi Channel. They had that
Yeah,
on
and
DVD.
I was sorry.
They had that on DVD.
Yeah, and I watched that, and I was so scarred. Like seeing the people being cut in half,
Oh
seeing
yeah,
like like a guy being eaten alive by a bunch of baby pteranodons when he got exploded in a bomb inside him.
yeah. I thought that movie was so
Like
amazing when I was a kid.
yeah, and I was like scarred, but I was interested, and I got into, and in my mind, I got to know the real um, not the kids version movie magic, but the adult version movie magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like even though it's not regarded as a good movie, and like it's good, like for sometimes, and like it's all right for your kids to see radar as long as like their parents are with them and stuff. Like it's good, it's good that for like some of them it gives them like like a good a um a good understanding of like what kind of different movies they are and how like gory they are and just like getting them interested in more in the movie industry because when I saw some radar movies like it got me more interested and more appealing to like movies and TV shows and stuff.
Yeah. He says, I want to know what happened to the crocodile in the first Lake Placid. So do I. More than likely it was sent to SeaWorld. And I remember watching Ice Spiders. I remember that one. I watched like one time. I didn't think it was too bad for it. It was actually pretty entertaining. And then Komodo versus Cobra on Sci-Fi. Komodo versus Cobra is actually one of my favorites. Growing up watching Sci-Fi because I could watch some of them and enjoy them. Some of them were just terrible. But yeah, Komodo vs. Cobra is one of the ones I actually kind of enjoyed. And yeah, I'm the type of parent who tells their kid that Abraham Lincoln, the vampire hunter, real, who tells their kid that Abraham Lincoln, the vampire hunter, really is happiness.
Hey, also since that guy mentioned Ice Spiders, the one movie that I have watched and I actually do love enjoying, and surprisingly, Scarlett Johansson is in it,
Eight
and
League
it's called
Freaks.
Eight-Legged Freaks, and I love that movie.
Oh man, that's an amazing movie.
I know, and
Oh,
and
really happened, he
since
meant.
that guy mentioned like giant what did he mention like Cobra versus Anaconda?
Komodo versus Cobra.
Yeah. Um, the movies of Sci-Fi Channel that I watched was like Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus,
Yeah, that was the first of
and
the
then
sequels.
yeah, and then I watched like yeah Mega Croc versus Killer Python.
It was Mega Python versus Gatoroid.
So yeah, there was a lot of like like bad had like like monster movies, and for me
Yeah,
like I just wish like monster movies were not were not like that. I wish they were. I wish like they, they were like more good. I wish they were like not like kaiju,
yeah.
but more like a good response.
He says I like Sharktopus versus Werewolf, Whale Wolf. I
Oh,
remember Sharktopus movies. Whale Wolf. I was actually surprised. I thought the design was actually pretty neat for the monster itself.
and
Although the whole
there was
origin of
this
that creature is weird. And have you seen
Yeah,
Piranaconda? Yeah, I saw it once. That was weird too.
yeah. Yeah, I seen the Yeah, when I was watching Double Toasted, they were talking about like, Sharktopus versus like no, wolf shark, and they were like, you got anything better? And then he's like, and throw in some like boobs in there, shark versus boobs, because it showed like a hot nurse after it showed like like a wolf shark, or shark wolf or whatever, like after,
Yeah,
and it's just like I said, it's just I just don't like that monster movies are just like, a lot
outlandish.
of them are just like B movies. I just wish they were good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember Dino Shark?
yeah.
It's like a shark with the head of a
What?
T Rex.
Oh my
Dino
god.
Shark.
Yeah.
Let's see. How much have I
Any
got?
any questions for me?
No, he's just been talking about, or we've been talking about the sci-fi films. Oh, 19%. I'm gonna have to cut it off in just a minute. So we'll give it about 5 more minutes before we go ahead and shut off the stream, just so I can charge up my stuff and I can get ready. I gotta take the dogs out for one, and then get ready for bed. Because I actually had a 3-day weekend this week, so I've been enjoying it to my fullest, getting some work done and resting before going back to work.
Nice. And for me, I also want to say that um I have like I have been been working and stuff
Yeah,
like we have and I have and this week I haven't been working a lot. I'll be working next week, but now I won't be working on Saturdays because every Saturday from April 6th to June 1st I will be in this film program
oh yeah,
for for autism people to get film experience. So hopefully, so I can't wait, and hopefully after this, when I try to when I get credits going to college or something like that. Hopefully, it can um achieve my goal of becoming a film director,
yeah.
and work and doing TV shows and stuff like that.
That sounds pretty cool. Just promise me you will never work for Asylum.
Don't worry, I won't work
Don't
for
don't
Asylum,
work for them.
and if I work for Universal, I would be like, I will work for you, but it's only if you do more with Jurassic Park, Jurassic franchise, and you give all those Marvel characters that you're not doing with, except Hulk, to Marvel. Or if you do not, then start working more with Marvel.
I wish you would have that much power.
Yeah, because for me, if they need me bad, like James Gunn did with Guardians of the Galaxy, when everybody was blasting at Disney for firing him.
Yeah,
Hopefully I'll be that guy, being like, you need me, but you have to do those things like I told you. Not and they're not friends. They're just they're just promises from fans.
yeah.
And but I will but for me, I would love to work with Kevin Feige.
Oh yeah,
I would love to work with Sony and Warner Brothers. I would if I was working with Warner Brothers, I would love to work on Ready Player One.
yeah. I like to work with Legendary. If that were ever my thing, Legendary Studios to me is one of my favorites, just because their technology with CGI, and they got a really great film department, and just overall, with the Rampage and mostly monster movies. Of
Oh
course,
yeah,
and it's kind of funny. They just talked about they gained the rights to the Toxic Crusader, so let's see how that goes. Toxie.
yeah. I would also love to work on Star Wars and DC for Warner Brothers, and Spider Man for Sony, or other properties. And
Kathleen
for
Kennedy
me,
will
I would.
fire you.
Sorry.
Kathleen Kennedy will fire you, and she will get Ronnie Howard on like his deathbed to direct the film or whatever for you.
Yeah. If she fires me, then then like I said about Universal, then I think the fans will give her attention. Be like, well, I think we're going to need to start being more of the expand like more into the lore, into the expanding universe, and more of the fans because like we can have like these Star Wars movies being like the same format, the same old, same. Because for
Yeah.
me, for the Star Wars trilogy, like the new trilogy, I want them to have to use on bomb instead of like the First Order being the villains. Like the same with the Empire.
Yeah.
and and also I would also love to work with Legendary too, and like and for me, if I was doing a Jurassic Park movie, for me I would like the I like for me I would be like one of those directors that have that like that's like this guy's a dinosaur fan because I would be putting a lot more dinosaurs and stuff like that. I would also like to be the Jurassic Park version of Kevin Feige, being the head, like one of the head honchos, like with
Yeah.
like Steven Spielberg and Colin Trevorrow.
Yeah. It says he likes the sound of that movie. And can you react to Don't Kill It? I'll have to look that up and see what's about. And one question: who do you think should play Batman? And my uncle works for the Asylum. That's why I've seen so many of their low budget movies like Tomb Invader.
Oh,
Man, that is just shameless right there. That's as shameless as Megalodon coming out like a week after the Meg, or no, a week
yeah.
before the Meg.
At least the Meg is better.
Yeah.
Um, for me, I would like to see Army Hammer as Batman, or I would like to see maybe
There's one dude I
maybe
can't
not
remember his
Oscar Isaac,
name.
but probably um maybe
I forgot his name, but he seemed like he'd be a good Batman. He's been petitioning it for a while. I think Army Hammer basically. I mean, people might just get over it real easily, but he kind of burned a lot of bridges when he insulted people who take pictures with
Stanley. Yeah,
Stanley. It's like, man, dude, you are not that self-aware.
yeah. We all know we probably know that he'll not play Batman because like he was already in the DCU.
Yeah,
Yeah, like for me, I'm like maybe um like for me I loved Ben Affleck as Batman, and for me he was just like the perfect Batman. Like I don't think like there was like any other person that would play like Batman as good. Like
yeah,
obviously Christian Bale was good, but Ben Affleck like he was like more of like that Batman that was just like that was just perfect.
yeah. And then of course in the Batman, it'll be set in the '90s, and we'll get a younger version.
And more detective.
Yeah, which is actually what I'm most excited for. Here's something I'm not allowed to say because they're announcing in a couple months their Asylum is making a ripoff of Zombieland 2. Oh crap.
What?
Yes, I actually have
No.
seen Zombieland, so wow,
Oh my
that's
god.
just shameless. They're now that's just their marketing ploy now. They're like those cartoon companies that make ripoffs of Cars and Finding Nemo so they can sell to unsuspecting grandmas. Now they're just making ripoffs of sci-fi horror films to sell on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Oh man. I like he also did like a movie a ripoff of Ready Player One, I believe.
Did they?
I don't. I think it was like a dinosaur virtual reality movie or something.
Oh yeah, I think it was called the Dinosaur Game, something like that.
Yeah.
I heard people actually thought it was pretty good though, or it was at least entertaining, which is surprising. So I got to react to it.
Yeah. Man, I like for me like the Asylum man like I'm glad that I like for me there's some movies that I wish I didn't see, and there was a lot of movies that I wish I did. I'm glad I didn't see. The only shark movie that I wish I watched, and the trailers are really good. That I actually was intrigued by is Shark Night. I really wish I saw Shark
Yeah,
Night.
I haven't seen it either, but I remember the trailers being pretty cool.
Yeah, because they showed this one guy releasing sharks into the lake, and I would
Yeah,
like to see something like that in Jurassic Park, like a TV show or franchise, like showing like a guy, a crazy guy having like dinosaurs and releasing them into into like the mainland or something like that. Even maybe a Jurassic Park prequel, like doing sort of like that X Files type of thing, where where like dinosaurs were on the mainland, but the organization that they were catching them on was in cover of darkness and stuff.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So I'll probably give it about 4 more minutes. It'll be at 2 hours 45 minutes, guys, and we will get out any questions. I see there's two people still watching now, and get out any questions we want to talk about really quick about anything else that we can think of. Because I'm starting to lose my voice as well.
I got some power right here.
Oh yeah. If you look in Abraham Lincoln versus Zombies, when they're blowing the trumpet, I'm one of the zombies looking up. I have a beard. Huh. So they even did Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I know
Man,
they did a ripoff of Pacific Rim as well. I never even heard of it. It's like a number of their ripoffs are not even on sci-fi.
I haven't seen the second one. Thank God.
I haven't seen it either, but I heard that Marco died, so I just really didn't care after that. I have
Yeah,
no urge to see it now.
I love Pacific Rim, like the first one.
Yeah,
Guillermo del Toro is probably one of the. He's the guy. He's like the director that saves monster movies and be like they can't be like B movies. They could be A-list movies.
yeah. I mean, look at Shape of Water.
Exactly. And look at Hellboy. And I can't wait for the new Hellboy. I can't wait for the new Hellboy.
Yeah, I gotta see how that goes. It looks pretty
And
cool though.
yeah, and guess what? I'm also getting a chance to meet him at the Calgary Comic Con.
Oh, David Harbour
Yeah,
or David Harbour or forget his name.
David Harbour.
Oh, cool.
And you were going to mention Ron Perlman.
Oh yeah, Ron Perlman.
Yeah, I wish I got a chance to meet Ron Perlman. But the guy who created Hellboy was at Fan Expo in Toronto, and I wish I got to meet him too. Like for me, I wanted to meet like the guy who played Hellboy, but like I wish I met the creator because I would have
Yeah.
like gave him a lot of good questions.
All right. See, I'm gonna end it ahead in about a minute's time because it's down. My phone's down now to 50%. He says, "Hey, my uncle gives you guys Z Nation the best zombie show ever." Well, at least he thinks so. I know a lot of people like Z Nation, so we'll give you that one. We'll give your uncle that one, but we won't forgive you for everything else. Sorry.
Yeah, and at least like Walking and I do and C Nation does look good, but it's not. But like without Walking Dead, we
Even
could be
that,
like
that's like almost a ripoff of The Walking Dead.
yeah. But I mean like is we wouldn't have Walking Dead, we wouldn't have C Nation like
Yeah.
that concept and stuff.
Man, I really never thought of how much of a copycats they were until now.
Yeah, man. And like the only thing that I would love to see, like the Asylum, is I just want them to just make a movie, nothing of just like nothing hybrids, just dinosaurs versus prehistoric creatures. Just
That'd be cool.
that. Sorry.
That would be cool, actually.
Yeah, yeah, and no, and like, and they're not, and they're mutated, but they're not like like a wolf shark or like a
Yeah.
sharktopus or like just just like you see them in the movies, just like you see them in TV shows, and just like you see them in museums, all that. Just the real representation.
Yeah. And he says that it is a mockbuster of The Walking Dead. So we'll give you that one. I remember way back there was some kind of ad for that show that terrified that was like creepy as crap. It was the baby zombie or whatever. Man, that was creepy. Like when
Yeah,
the
I
show
also
first
I.
came out,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
when the show first came out and they had the little TV ads and there's like a creepy little zombie baby that like wakes up. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
We gave you
Yeah,
Sharknado. Ha, got you, didn't we? There
yeah.
are people that
I
enjoy
yeah
Sharknado. I do not. I enjoyed the last one because it had Merv from Practical Jokers in it. That's the only reason why I enjoyed it. I also only enjoy
Like,
them because it has what's his name who plays as uh Nick Totopoulos from the Godzilla the animated series.
yeah, I want to watch. I watched a little bit of the Godzilla animated series, and I wish I just watched the rest, and I need to watch the whole series.
Yeah, I've got the whole series on DVD. It's an amazing show.
I need to watch it,
Definitely an improvement from the movie.
yeah, and I wish they did that instead of like that version of the movie.
Yeah. Well, there were supposed to be sequels that would have been something similar to what the show was going to be about, but then it got canned.
It would have made the series a lot more better later on.
Yeah. A lot of the
Yeah.
stuff from what was planned for the sequels though got carried into the series, like the whole bee and Monster Island thing. He also says, "Did you know Nova's grandpa in Sharknado is Peter Brady in Brady Bunch?" No, I didn't know that.
Oh my gosh. Also, Taylor.
Yeah,
Um, Speaking of The Walking Dead that we were talking about earlier, like the new season is like awesome, and I love the whispers. And the guy Ryan Hurst, who was in Remember the Titans and Sons of Anarchy,
yeah.
he plays like Beta, and he is awesome. Like you would love like this new season. Also, in the episode that just came out like that 2 weeks ago, has like a statue and memorial for Shiva.
Oh yeah, yeah. I heard of that. He died.
Yeah, she.
Oh, she. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was what's his name. I was thinking of that too. What's his name? The co-creator of She-Ra had also passed away this past week.
yeah. By the
Um,
way, sorry to interrupt you a
no,
couple
that's fine.
times.
And then Nick DeBiason says, "What's your mom up to tonight?" Well, she's asleep right now. She hasn't been feeling good today, so she's knocked out in the other room. Huh. We also gave you Ghost Hunters, a ripoff of Ghostbusters 2016. Actually, we don't talk
Oh,
about that. Yeah, just leave. You know what? Your ripoff of Ghostbusters 2016 is probably better than Ghostbusters 2016, so I'll probably watch it.
yeah, probably.
Then he says
By the
that
way,
she's a
sorry.
total babe. Oh man. Well, that'll make her feel better when I tell her. So, okay.
Yeah. By the way, sorry to interrupt you a couple times. By the way.
Oh no, that's fine. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at 2 minutes in just a minute because it's at 14% now, and it's probably gonna keel off in like 3 minutes. So I'm gonna give the stream about 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead. Yes, I'll send her my love. I made Asylum $1.
That should be on the shirt. Like I made Asylum $1. Every penny counts.
Every penny counts. Got to make back that big CGI budget.
Yeah. You know what they should do? They should also do a remake of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman.
Oh, jeez. You mean you can
Yeah.
possibly get worse than Daryl Hannah?
Yeah. You know who should play her?
Who?
It should actually be two. Heather Locklear and Pamela Anderson.
Oh, jeez. You know you're
Yeah.
gonna get like every 40-year-old nerd. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. That will make Asylum more money from the older audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it was from the younger audience, we would have gotten Bella Thorne and Tara
Oh,
or like social media queens or something like that, or Haley or whatever.
yeah. That's true. Well, anyway, guys, let's see. Hey, my uncle edits the movies. I will say the CGI is pretty funky looking. Yeah, I'd say so, considering that in all like the crocodile theme movies, they're all the same design crocodiles, except Lake Placid Legacy, which somehow managed to make the previous crocodile models look even worse. Oh my gosh, I just can't get over how bad. Like, did your uncle, real quick before we end the stream, did your uncle have anything to do with Lake Placid Legacy? Did he? I just want to know. I actually have a story I gotta tell sometime about that. Apparently, one of the actresses from Lake Placid Legacy, after I did my reaction to it, because that night I did it, I had an abscess in my tooth, and So I was in a little bit of pain, so I wasn't overly reacting and all that to it, but I wanted to do it because it was Lake Placid Legacy, and I absolutely
Mhm.
hated the movie on my first viewing. And then like a few days later, there was a message in my comment section from apparently the boyfriend of one of the actresses who was asking why the f did I not like the movie and was insulting like his girlfriend who acted in the movie.
Hey Taylor.
Yeah,
But the one thing that I was surprised that Silent brought in, I was surprised that they brought in Conan O'Brien and
that's
some
true.
celebrities that are. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true. I remember that he was in Sharktopus.
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised when they bring in like some celebrities that are like sometimes big names.
Yeah, my uncle did Lake Placid 2, 3, final chapter, and Lake Placid versus Anaconda, but not Legacy. Okay, so at least your uncle has that under his belt that he did not touch Lake Placid Legacy. Because I'll give your
Yeah.
uncle that. None of those movies are as bad as Lake Placid Legacy. It is just so bad.
I I wish your uncle did like Lake Placid one.
Yeah, Lake Placid one, and we give him so much respect for that movie.
Oh yeah.
And he says that he mostly does asylum movies. Wasn't Lake Placid Legacy an asylum film? I thought it was.
I don't think so when it first began it because it was distributed by Universal.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, I gotta look at that then. Oh my gosh. Jeez, what the budget they put on that?
Yeah. I wish that they had Pullman and the other and the other
That's
cast
true.
like in sequels and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, all I want to know is what happened to that one crocodile from the first movie. Like what he said. Like, they probably just put in SeaWorld, but. And he did Anaconda 3 and 4. Well, now he's back on the totem pole, at least for those two. So your
Yeah.
uncle basically helped out in the movies that we've been bashing for the past 2 hours.
Wow.
We
It,
we at least enjoyed the first Lake Placid and the two first Anaconda films.
yeah. I wish like I hope his uncle like does other like films that are not like Asylum or something like
We
that. Hopefully
wish
he does
your
like other one.
uncle the best in finding better fortunes with another company.
Yeah, because like Asylum like are like one of those are just one of those companies that they're not like they're just making some films that are just making a quick buck and just like it's just like just people that just don't care about movies.
Yeah. If they put back all the money they make from making all these little direct-to-TV ones, they could make probably a legitimately good movie.
Yeah,
A legitimately
I
good
totally
sequel to
agree.
Lake Placid or whatnot. Although they probably waste more money making the film than putting it on Sci-Fi Channel rather than putting it on direct to DVD or something. But yeah.
Yeah,
At least they
but
had
hey,
some
at least
successes with movies that are at least enjoyable to watch because they're bad or whatnot, like Komodo versus Cobra or Ice Spiders or so on.
yeah, if they like I said, if they remade and did like a movie of Attack of the 50-Year-Old Woman, like ones that are just like so cheesy but and bad but so enjoyable to watch, if they did like Attack of the 50-Year-Old Woman, that would probably be a way funnier and
Yeah,
probably a lot more better film than all the assigned movies we got. Would be like we we want to see more movies like that.
didn't they do Attack of the Killer Shrews remake of that one?
I think so.
Oh man, it's cool.
I
He thinks his movies are good as Jaws. I don't tell him that. Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus is not that good as Jaws. Definitely not.
oh Oh no, Jaws is a masterpiece. The first and the second one.
What nearly brought down Steven Spielberg ended up being one of the greatest horror films of all time. Although, yeah, Jaws 1 and 2 are the best. Well, although I do have a soft spot in Jaws for Jaws 3 just because of its scope. The idea of a great white shark attacking SeaWorld is just cool to me.
Oh yeah, Jaws 3 does have some interesting concepts. It's just the execution of
Yeah.
the movie.
He also says it's a sequel called Return of the Killer Shrews. So your uncle had something to do with that, I presume? Did he also do Tasmanian Devils? Or better yet, did he do Chupacabras versus the Alamo?
Did
Hell,
he also do pterodactyl?
Pterodactyl. Did he do Pterodactyl? Did he do any of those? I'll shut it down because I've got about 12% left.
No problem.
Now 11. No and no, and he was line editor on Tentacles. Okay. So at least he didn't have anything to do with Tasmanian Devil or what was the first one?
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. I did not get Chupacabra versus the Alamo, although I'll let that one slide because that was a bad movie. Oh my gosh. But anyway, all right. But anyway, I'd like to thank Tyler Olsen for joining me in this live stream, even though there's only 2 people left watching. And thanks, X Star, for all the different news you gave us for Zombie Hunter, and then all the information you gave us on Asylum Pictures. And best of luck to your uncle and to you on your future in the film business. I mean that was sincerely. But
Thank
thanks,
you.
Tyler. And,
Thank you for all for having me. Thank you, Taylor, for having me. I love being here, and I hope we do more live streams together because I
oh
love
yeah,
talking to you guys and you. And if you guys want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my YouTube
yes, do
channel
that.
has like the Parsable logo, and I haven't been doing much YouTube videos because trying to find new ways of trying to get myself known on YouTube, and I love talking to you guys, I'm glad I'm glad to show you my appreciation of talking to you guys, and also telling you guys the news about me hopefully being in the film and TV industry one day, and hopefully this happens because this is the one dream job that I wish ever since I was a kid.
And hopefully that does happen because he's got some good ideas. And let's see, I think there was something. Does Deep Blue Sea 2 count as a good sequel or a good movie? I think we can actually give him a little bit of that because I actually enjoyed a little tiny bit of Deep Blue Sea 2, although the movie is a completely rip off of the first one.
Yeah. Also, sorry to interrupt you earlier, by the way.
Oh
just
no,
a
that's
minute ago.
fine. I think I just interrupted you, but no, that's
No,
fine.
no, it's fine.
All right. Well, anyway, thanks guys for watching, and of course, stay tuned for more videos. And subscribe to Tyler Olsen's channel. Remember, look for the Parsival thumbnail and whatnot. I'll try and link a thing in the description for him if I can ever get to it. I'll get to it after this one. And yes, but you watch Deep Blue Sea. Yes, but you watch Deep Blue Sea 2. Yes, I've seen Deep Blue Sea 2. It wasn't terrible. I did a live stream reaction to it. I'll at least say that's better than Megalodon, so I'll give you that one.
I only seen the first one.
The first one's a pretty good movie, pretty decent movie. It had
Oh
what's his
yeah,
name? The doctor from funny, two MCU
Star.
actors in that were in that movie.
Yeah, two NCU actors.
Yeah, the what's her name? Well, what's his name? The doctor from
Oh,
Thor,
from Thor. Oh,
and
Dr.
then Sam
Selvig.
Jackson. So
Oh
we
yeah,
gotta
Samuel
watch it.
Jackson was in it. Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, the
I wish they
most
didn't kill him
unexpected
off.
death ever. Just giving the big speech, and then all of a sudden the shark just comes out and eats him.
Yeah. Also, the doctor from Starship Troopers was also in it.
Or was he?
No, no, not the doctor. The girl from Starship Troopers, the one that falls in love with Johnny.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love the props in that movie. But
Mm-hmm.
thanks guys for watching. I want to do this before that everything dies on me. So thanks, and we'll see you in the forthcoming future. I'm going to work on a video tomorrow once I get these new fish that I've been really excited about for the past 4 weeks, along with other stuff. So thanks for watching, and Tyler, you want to say bye?
Bye, guys, and hope to talk to you guys, answer your guys' questions, do the live streams together, and like talk to us and talk to me and Taylor as a community, and hopefully bring on like other YouTubers like Clayton and also my friend Noah, and just chatting like as a community, as a fan of like all scenes, geek culture and pop culture.
Definitely. All right. Thanks, Tyler.
No problem.
All right. Good night, man.
You too, bro.
All right. And real quick, oh, I just saw this. Buy, and if you have, Tyler, if you're seeing this or now, I forgot. Sorry, man. Buy, and if you have a stupid script to give us, we'll take it. I'll probably figure out something just so I can see if it happens. Get ready for the Three Musketeers. Three Musketeers.